that's okay. We think that they want us to be laid in a grave. We do our best, we pray and we pray for a change. We put the us in the USA every day. We put the us in the USA. We're the diesel trucks on the interstate. Flags in our yards where our children play. Stars and stripes and rattlesnakes. And it's me and it's you and it's red, white and blue. With American dreams and taxes. We won World War II.
Hello and welcome to episode 340 of the Jeffrey and Brian Show. I am Jeffrey.
And I'm Brian.
That's you guys drinking some beer, talking what's going on. And we did a little different intro music today. That is Tom McDonald's new song, Us in the USA. It got released, I believe, yesterday, maybe today. We didn't have permission to use this. I honestly don't think he's going to hit us up and sue us over us. Small clip basically promoting his work, because he's usually like this hardcore like speed rapper, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he stopped all that, friggin' picked up an acoustic guitar. He did drape himself in the flag though, but I'll cut him some slack, because not everyone is familiar with flag code. Yeah. And that's actually something that's going to come up today, because Brian took the other side of it, just something that I thought was a flag code controversy, and he said no.
I don't think it's a flag code, but whatever.
But we will get to
I should know. I'm an international traveler. I left the United States this week and came back. So
I did it like a month ago.
Yeah, but I went to Canada.
You went south to Canada?
I went to Niagara Falls on the Canadian side. No, the wife had never been out of the country before, and so I was like, "Hey,
Canada's right there too."
I'm like, yeah, it's like a 5.5 hour drive, you know.
So I was going to say, Niagara Falls is not close to Michigan.
No, but it's really beautiful, and she'd never been out of the country before, so I said, hey, let's do it, you know. So we did it. We went out there overnight and came back the next day, and it was a lot of fun. Oh, and they do at the Niagara Falls on the Canadian side, they do this huge fireworks show every day for 5 whole minutes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, 5 minutes.
And then on Canada Day, they increase it to 9 minutes.
Ooh.
Going all out.
Did you see any Canadians when you were in Canada? Were they all illegal immigrants?
There was a lot of illegal immigrants. My wife even said something. She's like, why are there so many Indians here and Muslim people? I'm like,
at least it's Niagara Falls. At least, you know what I mean? It's an international thing. But
yeah,
you'd expect to see more Americans and like, let's just say white people, and I know that's evil, but I mean Canada.
Yeah,
I mean they eat poutine, they make maple syrup, and they say
Britain's the same way now. So you know they're being overrun by immigration.
Yeah. Oh, Ireland, Galway, Ireland. The most common name in that city now is Mohammed.
The Chiquitica is the most popular meal.
All right. So remember when Mitch McConnell disappeared? And checked himself out. Turns out he went into a cardiac arrest episode and was found unconscious in his home, and they were doing CPR on him. That's why he hasn't been back to work. And this was like a month ago.
Well, I think he's already said he's not running for another re-election, right?
He did, and that makes me nervous that some socialist is going to take his spot, because at least we know how to handle cocaine Mitch. And I'm wondering, was it all the cocaine? Because he talks so fast and is just so energetic.
That's not good for your heart.
That maybe blew his heart up. I don't know.
It makes sense, you know, like you're doing math right there. Math is mathing.
I just think it's hilarious. We've been calling him Cocaine Mitch for how long? Because he's so slow.
I heard that from somebody. Somebody else used the term before I did.
Oh, yeah, we didn't come up with it.
I think Rush Limbaugh might have had that term.
He might have. I bought some serious fireworks for tomorrow, dude.
I saw a picture.
Yeah, you saw the.
I went and saw it too. I went and looked it up.
The mortar rounds are bigger than golf balls. So I'm pretty excited. I'm going to blow some shit up tomorrow. I was actually going to buy tannerite and just blow up a stump. But I was like, no, no, no. We got real fireworks here, you know? I was like, and I
Maybe
bought
you
the
can
most.
set them off on the stump, and it will help disintegrate the stump.
Well, it's funny because I was like, my yard's not flat, and where I do have a flat spot, it's covered in foliage. I'm not firing through that. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, I'll take my chainsaw out. I'll level off a stump in the yard, set it off on that. But yeah, I bought the biggest shit you can get without needing a license.
Okay.
So yeah, like I
In
said, the
Michigan, you can buy whatever you damn well please. So
oh no, this is up to federal laws. It's the same rules in terms
okay,
of what you're allowed to buy,
all
but at a
right.
certain point, you need to be licensed because you're gonna blow everyone up. This shit says keep spectators back 150 feet at least. Because if that thing blows up in the tube, everyone's boned. But yeah, I'm excited. I've never set up anything this big before. Like I think the biggest legal explosive I've ever set off was like a cherry bomb back when you could still buy cherry bombs in most areas, you know? Back when I could buy them in New Hampshire.
Mm. Are they
Uh,
like really tiny or they're actually?
a cherry bomb,
Yeah.
it's a little bit bigger than an actual cherry.
Oh, okay. Mm.
It's like a 16th stick of dynamite. It's like a
God damn,
quarter the size of a quarter stick.
what they use for that? Like actually dynamite or like?
Blown, same thing you use a quarter stick for.
Mm.
An M80 is a quarter stick of dynamite. You know that, right?
Mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah. And yeah, you might drill a hole in a tree stump and blow it up with it, but
Mm.
or flush them down, light it and flush it down a communal toilet system and watch all the toilets explode like geysers. Uh, Dominion Voting dropped their lawsuit, the 1.3 billion against
Mm.
Lindell. None of the details have been released as to what the
Wow.
agreement was.
Because I think they're subject to discovery, so they're like, nah.
That would be
Yeah,
one
yeah.
reason to drop the lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, we had to
It
show
just
them that we didn't cheat. Oh shit.
yeah, yeah.
hmm
uh, and speaking of, Mike Lindell is now officially running for governor of Minnesota.
You know he's got a
Minnesota.
snowball chance of hell of winning, right?
Oh yeah, he's not Somali.
And yeah, exactly. And he's not Democrat because Minnesota's gone so far left. It's only going to vote for Democrats these days.
I would even see that's the problem. Is we keep calling them Democrats. They're not Democrats anymore, man. And we'll definitely get
They're
into
part
that.
of the
Um,
Democratic Party.
That's because the Democrats were dumb and tried to bring in. They hated Trump so much they brought in anyone who said I hate Trump too.
Yeah, but that's not. They're not the Democratic Party either.
No, Bill Clinton was the Democrat Party. Fucking Bernie Sanders. I understand he's been part of the Democrat Party for a long time, but he's not. Neither is Mamdani or who's that? Was their name Wilson or whatever there in Seattle? Yeah. Anyway. Virginia has finally put a date in place when they're going to stop being allowed to sell
Yep.
cannabis.
July 2027.
Why a whole nother year?
They got to get their licenses out. They got to get their regulations in place. You know, they got to.
Yeah, but didn't they have all the time to do this and figure out how to do this before they said before they
No,
passed the law saying it
because
was
this
legal?
is the first time in the last few years where they had a Democrat governor and a Democrat legislature to be able to push it all through again.
All
Uh,
right.
they haven't even balanced. I think they
Young
just barely balanced.
Glenn
it.
Youngkin was vetoing this every year he was governor for the
I
last
was a
4
little
years.
surprised by that, honestly. I don't know why the Republican Party is fighting this so much. Just think of the tax revenue it brings in. You know what I mean?
Well, you hear about what happened in Boston? They're backtracking the recreational marijuana and stuff.
I had not heard that, but I worked in a dispensary in Massachusetts, and it was a 17% tax. And it blew my mind that the town I lived in refused to let it in and collect the property tax from this company. Instead, they moved a mile and a half down the road into Marshfield, where Sean and D-Rock live, and where Aerosmith is from. So what they're rolling? They're trying to roll back the regulations because
Just so the headlines. I didn't get into it too
Hmm.
much. I thought you should be knowing this. Like, oh, what's going on? Because you got
No, I
ears
hadn't
on
seen
everything. Mm.
I hadn't seen that. I don't know what they'd be changing unless they're just increasing the taxes on it, honestly, because it's maybe they're maybe they're having issues with ID checks. Because when I was security working there, I used to get into arguments with the other employees all the time about proper identification checks. And it'd be like, well, you guys aren't even checking the hologram. You're not checking the perforations. You know, it's naming like 6 or 7 things you're supposed to do. I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I was like, you were made to sit down and watch a video on this stuff. And it was always fun getting people from out of state coming in. Like, the people from out of state that where you couldn't get the stuff, they were always excited, like, oh, this is so cool. But then you'd have people coming from like California who'd buy it, walk out the front door, and light it up.
Yeah, that's
like,
legal.
It's like, no, you cannot do that here.
You can't do it in Michigan either.
Yeah, you have to be on like private property behind a fence. Like you can't even be visible to other people smoking grass. But I guess in California it's okay to just walk down the street and fucking smoke a joint.
I don't know if it's actually okay, but it does. They do that.
It's
in Colorado
overlooked
too.
Yeah, they look the other way. Kind of.
It should be considered like drunk in public.
It's funny. I watched an interesting video today about from a Australian woman in the United States complaining about the drinking laws, and I thought it was hilarious. She's like, seriously, I can't like have a beer and walk out in the street to celebrate the goal from my home team. She's like, I might get hit with like a $500 fine for simply having a pint of beer in my hand.
Dude, they rolled back a drinking and driving one back in the '60s, dude. It was the '80s, something like that.
Well, actually, speaking of drinking in public, we got some stuff about Boston. I think we already mentioned the they laxed the public drinking, like open container laws for the World Cup, which I think we mentioned already.
Right.
And it brought up the whole argument. It's like, if we can do it for the World Cup with people that don't live here, why can't we let our own citizens do it?
Exactly.
Fair argument, right? This one's fun. This was a long time ago. The suspect, the guy who's suspected of $250 million of, was it COVID fraud?
They found him overseas. He was hiding out in Somalia.
Mogadishu, yes. Mogadishu, Somalia, not Mogadishu, Minnesota.
Yeah, but Mogadishu is actually the one that has an actual quote-unquote government in part of Somalia.
What is it, Somaliland is what they call it or something?
Yeah, and we probably have an extradition treaty with Somaliland.
Actually, they didn't want to send him back. It took a ton of pressure from us to get them to turn him over.
We're probably going to sell him a pallet of cash.
Exactly. And here's the crazy thing is he has emails linked directly to Ilhan Omar.
Nice.
And she's still claiming, oh, I just happen to know all of these people involved in the fraud, and I have to have email chains with all of them. It's
right.
Like, it's weird how you're affiliated with all of the crime, you know? And one person who was involved in this scheme has already flipped on Omar, saying she was directly involved. And what is this guy going to do when he's facing the rest of his life in prison? Is he going to flip on Omar too and sell her up?
Of course.
How much evidence do we need before it's time to actually at least have a real investigation?
I don't know. Good thing this isn't happening in California.
Well, Minnesota's any better?
Well, they don't have a law in place that says you can't investigate the government.
I can't believe they did that. You're not allowed to investigate fraud in our state. It's like, how much fraud is happening that you're saying don't even look? Oh my God. Can you imagine anyone saying it's illegal for you to check if I'm breaking the law?
That should be illegal.
I thought it was.
Checks and balances. There should be checks and balances.
Where were the people of California? Why weren't they upset? It's like, wait a minute. You're saying that if you are stealing our money?
They voted for the people that put that stupid thing in place.
Well, the problem is they have no idea what their own government's doing. That's why they keep voting for them, because their life gets worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
And then they keep voting in the same people. And it gets bad enough that they flee California to go to Texas, where it's safe and great and you can make money, and vote in these assholes again. It's like, what the fuck? fuck do you think happened in California that made it suck to make you leave? You know?
Right.
That'd be like me leaving Massachusetts, coming to West Virginia, and voting in a fucking socialist. It's like, no, I left because of the socialism.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I want to point out to everyone out there, my liberal friends, socialism is not the same as social welfare. The safety net we have to make sure that you don't starve to death in the road is not socialism. And you're voting for socialism, not social welfare.
Right.
That's the difference.
Yeah, sounds pretty.
Yeah. I'm not going to let you die in the streets, but I don't think I should be buying you fucking new needles and funding your heroin addiction. That's
Speaking
just
of that,
enabling.
in Niagara Falls, Canada, Ontario, Canada, in the
Some dude
restroom.
passed out with a needle in his arm.
No, but they had a sharps container mounted to the wall in the restrooms.
Yeah, that could be diabetes too, though, or any other a whole
I don't
bunch
think
of
that
stuff.
what is really there for.
Probably not, but it could be. I'm willing to say that. You know what I mean? I'm willing to accept that argument. I agree. It's probably for heroin use, not insulin. But I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt, at least a little bit. And the attorney who stopped this gun restriction out in California, Hawaii, that said you're not allowed to carry a firearm on any public or on private property without permission from the owner. Which one thing if it's my house, right?
Yeah.
You know, you don't get to bring a gun to my house. Only I have a gun.
Right.
But I'm allowed to conceal carry when I go to Walmart, right?
Yeah.
The attorney who blew this up by basically convincing the Supreme Court made it a point of saying that they were using black code from way back after the Civil War to prevent people from carrying guns. The same rules they used to keep black Americans from owning guns right after they got their freedom.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought that was something we should bring up because we keep hearing about Jim Crow 2.0 as the Democrats are still trying to segregate the vote.
Right.
And still upset that they can't segregate people.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of that shit, more Americans are carrying concealed weapons than before, and I'm pretty sure this came up last time Trump was in office, didn't it?
I don't remember, but I don't think we have it in here. But I saw an article come across my feed today that said Trump is in the process of making it so you can get guns delivered directly to your house through Amazon.
Like you do with mailing ballots?
Or an Amazon-like company.
Would that make Amazon become an FFL, or are they saying you don't need an FFL to deliver
I think they're going
firearms?
to say you don't need an FFL to buy firearms.
Hey, man, these guys are telling me that it's their right to health insurance, therefore I should pay for it. If that's the case, then I have a right to a gun. You should pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same argument, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't have to go through 700 hoops to get into an emergency room. You literally walk in. You'll be billed after the fact.
Yep.
And that's something I want people. They're not going to let you die in the street. Do people realize that?
No, there is a right. Even if you're not here illegally, you have a right to seek emergency medical treatment, and they can't turn you away in the emergency.
May not turn you away. They can, however, hand you a giant fucking bill.
Yeah, and they will. If they can find you.
But boom, there it is. You gave them a fucking fake name,
fake address, fake everything.
No papers. Don't speak English. Supergirl bombed.
We talked about this already. It was going to be a projected bomb because she came out and bashed the conservative half of the country.
White Christian males.
They go to movies too.
Who's watching superhero movies?
White Christian males.
Yeah, it's not Muslim
guys.
Women, is it?
Yeah,
no,
mostly guys.
And check this out. No one went and saw the movie, and she came out and said it's sexism. It's like, you specifically told us we weren't supposed to go watch this movie.
Right, because it'd be sexist.
Okay, so we didn't.
Yeah.
Heads up, Republicans watch movies too, and that'll come up again in this talk we have today.
And,
Ryan Monin.
the studios looks like they're gonna lose their shirts and then some on this film.
Yeah, they're gonna lose like
all because of what she said. So if there's
$120 million.
if there's a sequel, she will not be Supergirl. She will be recast.
No,
I think it's funny
even
that
the story is horrible too. John, what's the name of the director?
yeah, she's like a party girl, right? She
Yeah.
leaves the yellow sun to go to other planets with a different sun so she can get drunk and get high.
Yeah,
That's a dumb idea.
Yeah, because they're not doing the hero. What's the word? Hero.
The TV show was great.
Yeah, but just because they don't want to make her like here's journey. You know, you start from being like
Yep.
bully and stuff like that. Even Superman, even though he got a superpower, he had to conquer becoming like
Adolescence.
Adolescence. You know, he got
And
the strength, but you have
morals,
to.
yep.
Yeah, you have to. You got the power doesn't mean you can use it. You have to be whole responsible, and that's a big thing about it. You know.
To quote Spider-Man, I'm sorry, Uncle Ben from Spider-Man,
Uncle Ben, yeah.
with great power comes great responsibility.
Mm-hmm. Even to the point that there's not a father figure. Even Superman, the last one, it was awesome because what's it, Kevin?
I didn't
Kevin,
see it.
Oh, the one with the
Yeah, I couldn't tell you
Kevin
his name.
Costner. With the Kevin Costner.
Kevin
No idea.
Costner.
Yeah, Kevin
No.
Costner was the dad.
Oh, maybe. I was like, Kevin Costner's old.
Yeah, Kevin Costner was the dad, and the other Russell Crowe was the other dad. And he saw
The other dad, Superman had two dads?
like the real dad, the stepfather dad.
Oh. His human dad and
Yeah,
his
human-
Kryptonian dad. Okay,
Kevin-
that's different.
Yeah, so Kevin Costner sacrificed himself in order not to reveal his son's power. Like, look, son, you haven't watched that one?
No,
It was actually a
after
legit-
Superman versus Batman, I pretty much stopped watching.
No,
DC,
this is
which
before that.
Oh, they've made many Superman since then.
I know, but the one with the guy, I forgot his name. He was actually good. That was a good Superman movie.
Who was the first Superman? I want to.
The TV actor from the
No,
60s.
the movie.
Oh, the movie.
I want to say like Val Kilmer, but it wasn't.
No.
Keanu Reeves.
No.
Was it?
No. He had an injury, horseback injury and stuff. He ended up in a wheelchair.
Yeah, exactly. He broke his neck and was stuck
Yeah, I
in a
thought
wheelchair.
it
the
was.
rest of
I thought it was Reeves.
Mm.
Christopher Reeves.
Christopher Reeves.
Okay, I was
Not
close. I had
Keanu.
Reeves.
Yeah.
Keanu was
It's,
Matrix,
Yeah.
and John Wick.
John Wick.
All 5 of them.
Yeah, I watched 2 of them. Like, I get the story. You know what I mean?
It's just action. It's just action. That's all.
I did recently watch a DC short movie on. I think it was. I want to say Disney, but it couldn't have been Disney. That's Marvel. Punisher is DC, right?
Detective.
There's some. I think the Punisher's on. DC's
Red-
got it now. Disney Plus has it.
No, but does Disney own DC? I thought they had Marvel, not DC. Well, no, Disney funded Supergirl with James Gunn, didn't they?
Yeah.
So maybe they own both, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watched like a 45-minute Punisher thing recently, and it was fucking amazing. Basically, I don't know how familiar everyone is with the Punisher, but like his family gets killed, he loses his shit and kills everybody.
Yeah.
He's punishing them. And then this follow-up thing, the wife of the gang boss, the mafia boss that he wiped out, is so upset. So she hires a whole new gang to go kill this guy. And he just, boom, kills them all.
Kills them again.
Yeah. I was like, oh, man. Non-stop action like Top Gun 2 was. Like, this is pretty entertaining. All right. Oh, shit. Did you see this Indonesian woman that was caned for kissing a man on live stream?
No.
She was sentenced under Sharia law, exactly. She was sentenced to 21 lashes. She passed out from pain before it was finished. And that doesn't mean it's over.
No.
That means
they're going to wake you up and start
once
again.
you've recovered enough, continue.
Yep.
Okay. Anyone who's still saying these people are great, they're caning women for kissing a man on a live stream. They cane the men too, by the way. But now look at Americans doing OnlyFans
Yeah.
supporting these folks.
Right.
Dude, this you talk about
They would execute you, you stupid whore.
liberals, dude. They don't get it. Like somebody's daughter got killed, and they still feel sorry for the fucking killer. They're not gonna get it, dude. It's just.
Oh, look what Carmelo Anthony. They feel bad for Carmelo. I was like, he's a murderer.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I think he got too much time.
He should be 20.
Well, he was what?
He should be 20, 25 for life. I mean,
he got 35 years.
Yeah, no. But that's like murder is 25, 20.
It depends on where you are. But he was tried in his adult, yes. But he was 17 years old. He's 19 now. He's gonna be like he's eligible for parole in 17 and a half. He's gonna be 35 years old when he gets out.
That's nothing.
You say that, but how are you going to get a job at that point? You have no training, no skills, no education. You're going right back into crime after that, aren't you?
Probably.
And don't get me wrong, his parents are a big part of this problem. They took all of the money for themselves that was donated. They're asking for more money now. The first lawyer they hired was like, this guy's a fucking thief. He's selling his own kid out.
Right.
But yeah, 35 years, and I don't give a shit with the first offense, but you put this kid in a position that he's never ever going to be a productive member of society. You may as well put him away for life at that point, I think. And if that's what you think, that's okay.
Good conduct, he could get out.
It's 17 and a half.
It's 17 and a half, yeah.
Yeah, so he'd be at least 35 years old before he gets out of prison.
The only reason he didn't testify, I heard like he got a bad attitude. They already knew he got loose. So he's probably not going to get out on time and probably go.
Well, what gets me is everyone was like, oh, listen to Carmelo, believe Carmelo. I was like, believe what? The only thing I've seen him actually say was the body cam footage that's not alleged I stabbed him. Okay, I believe it. You know? Because he didn't testify on his own behalf. He didn't give his side of the story.
Right.
Typically, the only time you don't testify is either the prosecution has no case at all. Like, why bother? I'm just might make a mistake. Or anything I say, I'm going to get extra time for perjury.
Yeah.
And yes, you have every right to plead the fifth. You absolutely do. And that's not allowed to be held against you in a court of law.
No.
But let's be real. A judge might be able to do that. Your average juror cannot. And then you see people screaming how, it was an all-white jury. No, it was not all white. There were just no black people on it because every black person said they're not going to put another black man in prison. There were 2 Hispanics and an Asian person on that trial, too.
They were too biased.
Yeah, well, when you specifically say, no, I'm not going to convict him even if it's proven that he did it, it's like, okay, go home, right?
Right. Uh-huh.
Sorry to get off like that. Brian, you shared this one. The wife already knew about it, and she didn't tell me. She usually tells me when she stumbles across good news like this. What is the penalty?
You're gonna be in huge trouble if you show up to protest the President of the United States in uniform.
Is that an OTH or a dishonorable?
Well, he's an officer, so yeah, okay.
No, I thought it was enlisted.
No, he was a major.
Oh, wow.
Air Force major.
In uniform, protesting the President of the United States.
You cannot even write books about it.
I've got video of it.
Yes, there is. But is he going to spend time in Leavenworth? Is he going to be booted out?
This is the thing.
He's just going to get demoted and kicked out.
Yeah,
he's not going to get a pension.
Yeah, why? Just kick him out. Why spend all the money on him just to punish him?
The next guy doesn't do the same thing.
Yeah, I know, but just saying, like, it's just waste of taxpayer money.
I agree with a lot of this, but we put our fucking illegal immigrants in prison, and then we should deport them, but then we don't
do the sentence
anyway.
Yeah.
This brilliant little device keeps any room in your home ice cold all summer long. Even
it's a heat wave and blackouts. This will save your life.
Like New York
It'd be
City.
cool in 3 minutes.
The Bronx has no
They
fucking
could be using this
power.
down in Virginia right now.
You can skip that ad.
It is my great honor and privilege to welcome to this conference Major Jason Watson.
I just like to say that a lot of people saying you have every right to do this. Like, no, you sign off your rights when you
No,
sign
not
up.
in uniform.
Not in uniform. You cannot protest.
Even not in uniform.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. First and foremost, I'd like to thank Jessica Denson for making all of this possible.
Ridiculous ribbon
Thank you,
board.
Jessica.
It's
You are a
airports.
hero
What do you
and I
expect?
When you got a ribbon for being
Thank
in
you
fucking
to Representative
Connecticut.
Al Green for being here for this moment.
Al
and lending
Green.
his support.
Let's stay together.
I'm grateful for the support of the many groups represented here that believe in the message I am here to share with you. I'm also grateful beyond words for my friends and allies that have helped me navigate my way to this point, investing much of their time, effort, and advice. A tremendous thank you to the defenders of our republic community, whether they are here
When does he get
now
into
with
his
me
fucking stupid
or
rant?
out there doing
I
the
thought
work
it was-
needed to restore responsible governance
Never.
to our
Here we go.
country. Lastly,
Isn't there a picture of him holding
a
up a sign that
heartfelt
said
thank you
impeach
to
Trump?
my parents, whom I love more than they know, for doing such an incredible job raising me to be the man I am today.
Yeah, they did a great job.
My name is Jason Watson. I'm an
You
active
don't
duty
understand
major in
honor
the United
or
States
valor.
Air Force. However, who I am is immaterial.
Actually,
In the
it
grand
is.
scheme
It
of things,
is
I'm just a
material.
nobody. What matters far more than who I am is what I have to say and the price I'm willing to pay to say it.
Well, he at
I,
least
Jason Paul
recognized that
Watson,
he can't do this.
do solemnly
right?
swear that I will
I
support
respect
and
that.
defend the Constitution of the
Yeah.
United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
I brought the
That I
same
will
shit
bear
up about
true
Graham
faith
Plattner.
and allegiance to the same. That I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office
And-
upon which I'm about to enter. So help me God.
No, okay, then prison. Then if he's
I
Yeah.
first
You know what I mean?
swore this oath over 20 years ago upon entering basic cadet training at the United States Air Force Academy in late June of 2005. I've repeated it many times over since then. The oath of office means everything to me. It is foundational
Apparently
to our
not.
system
Nope.
of governance in the United States.
this is part of it, right?
The oath ensures that officials of our government owe allegiance not to any individual or political party, but to our Constitution and
And
the
what the
Democratic
Constitution
Republic it represents.
I bet you couldn't tell you how many amendments there are or how many
Our
articles.
Constitution binds
No.
us all together as Americans. Like countless veterans before me and military members serving now, I have devoted my life in service to our Democratic Republic. Always doing my
Democratic
best
Republic.
to
Wouldn't that
honor
happen?
We're not.
my oath and protect America against foreign
That's
threats.
see, these people don't understand.
But the greatest threat to our democratic republic is not a foreign one.
He's going to stick
It is
with
us.
that team.
We, the people,
You say it enough
not
times,
just
people
the
will
left.
believe it. Even you will.
or just the right,
No, I won't.
or
I know
just the
better.
center, all of us together
The center. What's the
define
center?
who we are as Americans. And like it or not, we have all played a part, myself included, in getting ourselves into this mess we are all in. The burden of that culpability is much heavier for some amongst us than others. Undeniably, and for those with a lion's share of guilt, such as those currently running the executive branch of the government, the bill must come due. But all of us have a
What
share.
is he accusing Trump of?
I don't think he ever
For the
accused
past
him of anything.
18 months,
I don't think
we
he does.
the people have allowed the highest levels of the executive branch of the federal government to violate our Constitution
How?
and their oaths
Wow,
to it
yeah.
with impunity. When the President of the United States orders military action against foreign countries
Oh, Iran.
absent an emergency scenario where American interests are under imminent, dire threat,
I mean, like
as was
oil.
done with Venezuela, Cuba,
Oil.
and Iran,
Oil.
that's an unconstitutional usurpation of Congress's authority and a violation of the War Powers Clause. These violations resulted in the deaths of 13 service members and injuries of hundreds more.
Okay, so
For this, the president and vice president must be impeached, convicted.
Actually, the military death always happen when they're training or not. It's
Yeah.
part of the fucking game.
I mean, even with the SEALs in just training, not
Yeah.
wartime, they got a 10% death
You're
rate.
just gonna.
Yeah,
we're
We've
expendable.
talked about that many times.
We're
Yeah.
expendable. We're just gonna die. This is the job we did. You know, we do. Well, we did.
Well, it's a dangerous job. Let's be real. Even training.
That's why you
It's
get
not even
compensated.
not even training. You might have an incident in the engine room,
Yeah,
Yep.
it
and
is-
all of the engineers down in the engine room of the ship get killed.
yeah, like a plane would crash. It just happens. It's just,
Not even that. Let's just say the engine fucking blew up because
Yeah.
someone got stuck in it.
Yeah, it's just death is part of the game of this. This is what I prefer. I prefer call the War Department than the Defense Department.
Yeah,
because
but
we
you
go to
know,
war.
the next Democrat that comes in office, they're going to put it right back to the Department of Defense.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
I
But-
don't mind either
Anyways.
one, honestly.
Huh?
I don't mind either
I know,
one.
I know the logic. I see the logic
Because
behind
we
the
got to
Department
finish
of
it.
War.
We,
So.
you, the last resource is called Department of War. Go to war, kill, come back. Don't fucking rebuild. Don't do shit. They let them rebuild themselves. You know. And it's just that with Iraq, we just all this mess shit. But anyways,
I'm just curious. This guy's talking about what happened in Venezuela, what's
He
going
just
on in
wanna
Iran.
pitch,
But
yeah.
he never mentioned Obama blowing up an American child overseas
Hey, this is
without
No, of
any
course
kind
not.
of due process.
and this is the powers of the second office. He got.
Was it
He don't know.
Anwar al-Awlaki?
You don't. You know what kind of intel he got and stuff, or why he needs the reason behind it. We don't know that. He don't know that.
No, his fucking life is so good. He has no idea what's happening that he can bitch
Yeah.
about having one of the greatest lives on the fucking planet.
Yeah, but anyways, guys, I gotta go.
What the fuck? You just showed up.
Yeah, I know. I got things to do. I got places to be.
He's got a
I'm
date.
single. No, I don't, yeah. Well, friends. I'm just hanging out with friends. Like, go play.
Bring him
golf.
on.
No, going to play golf. There's like 9 people.
Golf. It's like
Top Golf.
Top golf.
I don't even know what Top Golf is.
It's like a range, like a shooting range.
It's
like,
a bar
Oh.
with a
yeah.
bar shooting range, golf
Yeah.
range.
It's a driving range. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant you're gonna go play golf. I was like, you're gonna go play golf this late
After
at night?
dark.
Yeah.
I was like, it's like a 6-hour game.
Yeah. No, this buzz. But hey, this is bullshit. Anyways, this guy, he needs to get kicked in the nuts. Here we go.
No, and the fact, no, he should go to prison. One,
I
to
would.
deter others from doing this.
Yeah. I like why waste money on this, man? Like why giving like all this grandism stuff like that.
So the next Air Force officer who has such a fucking nice job in the Air Force that he doesn't have to deal with real danger
Mm-hmm.
doesn't do the same
how about
bullshit.
This? How about this? 5 years prison and just kicked out.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
60 months.
That means he sacrificed his pension to
Yeah.
do this stupid thing and whatever.
I
you
would
know?
give him
And has an official felony conviction on his record, so he can't
2
vote or own a gun.
2
Right.
years, whatever. Here we go, man. You just be.
Has to be at least a felony, no matter what. Which is
Yeah.
I'll
you,
give it 2
you need
years.
to take away
I
this
just
man's
don't
right to vote.
It's just one of those things like why waste your energy and time on this idiot? Like just you know what? Get out of here.
Again, because if you don't punish
I know,
bad
I just-
folk,
I
It's gonna
understand.
happen
this
again.
is the same argument the fucking Democrats are making, Guapo. Why waste our money doing this? Let's just put him back on the streets and tell him not to do it again.
Oh no! Like, yeah, but this is he's just bitching. All he's doing is fucking.
He has no
bitching.
right to do that.
No, he doesn't. I understand that, but you know what? You take your uniform away, take your pension away, and go bitch. I don't care. You know,
Actually-
it's not like you committed a crime. Crime, yeah, I'll give it fuck. You know, it is a
When I
crime.
was in-
This is a crime, actually. Yes.
Yes, it is. And when
It
I
is.
was enlisted, I made
We
it a
all
point
knew better
not
to
to.
do this.
I knew better than to criticize Obama as much as I wanted to while I was active duty, not even through social media posts.
Yeah, you can criticize
Not
somebody
even-
else, but
No.
It
don't
was
make it
always a
fucking-
private conversation. It
Yeah.
never went public, and I
I've
never
had-
ever would do it in uniform.
In my 20 years
Yeah.
in the Navy, I had Republican and Democrat presidents, and I just put up with it whether I agreed with it or not. You know, it's the way it is. That's what do you do? That's
like, hey, I don't agree with this, but let's do this. Fuck it, you know.
Let me quote the Marines. It is yours. It is not yours to question why. It is yours, but to do and die.
Yeah,
exactly.
And these guys, and like Guapo said, we're expendable. I know you didn't work below decks often, Guapo, but what happens if I'm in an engine space trying to do an emergency repair, right? And the ship starts flooding. that space starts flooding. What are you gonna do? You're gonna close the hatch and lock it from the other side, aren't you?
I close the hatch on you. I'll be like, I keep it the PlayStation. I'll be a great stepfather.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna leave me there to drown.
Yeah,
because it saves the ship.
Yep.
This is something we all knew could happen, right?
Yep.
Shit. Like 6 or 7 of the guys I went.
I was just watching the new Avatar movie that came out on Disney Plus.
I enjoyed it though. I did.
The second one.
But why wasn't the ship at General Quarters when they went to go attack them, and it started flooding?
I agree.
They didn't
have the watertight hatches.
No, they didn't ask the Navy advice, like, hey, Coast Guard, like, hey, what should we do in this area? You know, like,
I was like watching the waves, like, why are these people trying to close the hatches after water's pouring in? It's too late then.
Yeah.
You're not going to save the ship.
We've heard stories of guys in the Navy who see the water coming and realize they're not getting out, and instead of trying to get out and close the door, they close it with
everybody
them
else. Yeah.
The ship is more important than you, because you're going to die anyway if the ship sinks, right?
Yeah.
Why not die a hero instead of a coward?
Exactly.
All right, guys. Enjoy your night.
Right. Well, thanks for at least stopping by.
Yeah, man.
Don't drink and drive.
Give us your happy Independence Day message.
Enjoy what we got. Don't lose it. This is a republic. Make sure you keep it.
I thought it was Democratic.
No, it's not Democratic.
The best government's a republic if you can keep it.
If you can keep it, yeah.
Nice work,
That's
Guapo.
the issue.
No, I took it out of the fucking hip, dude.
You're going back a long time for that one, too.
Oh, dude, I was just...
Speaking of, did you see Japan celebrated 250 for America?
No, this. Oh, with the Trump and the Prime Minister drones, yeah. I saw the highlights of it. I didn't watch it.
And they lit up a Tokyo Tower and whatever that big famous pond thing they have. A whole bunch of Japanese people, not even shitting you, came here and planted cherry blossom trees too. I was like, shit. We nuked them twice 80 years ago, and they're going, we love you.
Yeah,
but people here are still bitching about shit from almost twice as long ago. That was an issue. Slavery.
Hey, so you know the big issue...
160 years ago it ended.
You know the big issue with South Korea is?
It's not North Korea?
No. It's the repopulation. They're not repopulating as much.
Yeah.
So you see the way that South Korea being treated in Mexico?
What do you mean?
Oh, dude, if you're Korean, you're making out with every Mexican chick in Mexico and shit like that. Like, this is the solution. Bring a bunch of Mexican girls to South Korea and they're going to repopulate like bunnies.
Why don't they find Korean women?
Huh?
Why don't they find Korean
women?
They're
fucking liberals as fuck, dude. They're like, they don't...
So all the Korean values are going to turn into Mexican values.
Why not? They're repopulating. You got the male figure, so, you know.
You say that, but the mother usually...
No, dude, like, South Korea, that's the thing, like, male and female like, got fighting over there because of their sexes and shit. So you bring a lot of females, they're going to stick to the female, the North Korea balance. They're really extremely, they're more machismo than fucking Mexicans, dude. Some of the South Korea.
All right, but Korea won't be Korean anymore.
No, but they got you want to be Somalians? At least it's gonna be hard working.
Who wants to be Somalian?
They kick it. Well,
isn't there?
Minnesota,
I thought it was Minnesota people. Yeah.
No, they cheer Somalia. They say it's the greatest country on the planet, and then you ask them, well, then why did you flee the country?
There is no country.
Because it's a shithole. It's like, so it's not the greatest country on the planet.
Yeah. If it was the greatest planet, you would not be fleeing.
All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night.
Later. Good night.
And this had to go in intro. Maybe we should have to set up a separate.
Are we still in
thing for
intro? God, oh my word.
Well, more women teachers fucking their students, and this wasn't just one kid; it was a whole bunch of them. And she's accusing the students she fucked.
The blackmail. They're blackmailing her for good grades.
For good grades.
Who didn't see this coming a mile away?
He's like, well, I'll snitch on you. He's like, well, I'm not giving you a perfect grade. He's like, okay, you going to prison, bitch.
Give me a passing grade and I won't say shit.
Not even passing. I want the best grade. Right. I suppose if you get all Fs, then an A+, maybe, but it blows. And why is it always women?
It sure seems that way, yeah.
Is this because they're adopting this Islamic idea that children are okay to have sex with? And before anyone gets offended, it's in their freaking holy book, okay?
Yeah.
Their prophet, basically their Jesus, married a 9-year-old. Ridiculousness.
Yep.
All right. I shared this one from Michigan.
All right.
You see this kid, 7 years old. Died of heart failure, weighed 255 pounds.
7?
7 years old.
Wow.
His parents are being brought up on charges for child neglect, child endangerment, a whole bunch of stuff. And I had to ask, what happened to healthy at any size?
Yeah. Doesn't apply.
Yeah, no, 250-pound men die because their hearts can't do it, let alone a 7-year-old. How did you let your kid get this obese?
Yeah, exactly.
This is absolutely the parents' fault.
Yeah.
Well, we eat a lot of food. It's like, yeah, just give him less, I suppose. He may feel bad about it, but at least he's not going to die at 7.
Yeah.
These parents should be in prison. And you know what? They should be fucking sterilized so they can't do it again.
Yeah.
What else is going on in Michigan?
Oh, we had this huge heat wave this week. It's been still kind of technically going on. It's going to start cooling off on Sunday. But yeah, we've been hitting 90-degree weather, or 90 to 100-degree weather here, and the bigger cities like Detroit's having power outages because of it, and they're actually oh no, that's a different state. No, they're not doing that here.
New York?
We'll get to New York later.
Oh yeah, we will.
Yeah, so we've had this huge heat wave hit. And it's typical, stay inside, turn your thermostat up so you can conserve power for everybody else.
Yeah. Unplug anything you're not using.
Yeah, blah blah.
Mom Donnie said keep your thermostat at 78.
Yeah, okay, you're gonna go there now. All right, that's fine.
I'm just a quick thing what New York said. You think the fucking mayor's house, you think City Hall is
he is not set.
degrees?
That's not set at 68. I guarantee it.
Yeah, no, actually, they came out. People were taking measurements. 71. Like that's room temperature. That's actually what's considered room temperature.
Yeah. And now we got the Michigan Attorney General, who is a Democrat, is now suing the Trump administration over the Medicaid right to work, the work requirements, because basically Trump's come out and said that if you want to stay on Medicaid and you can work, you got to volunteer or go to work.
So if you can work, not if you are incapable of work,
right?
But if you can't, okay. So we're not saying the actually truly disabled.
No.
We're saying, hey, you just chose to sit at home and jerk off and smoke pot.
Yeah.
We're not paying for your fucking lung cancer medication.
Right.
If you don't at least
you're not going to get paid.
You're
not going to get paid to do that. Well, being on Medicaid, you're not going to have free health care.
I still don't know Medicaid.
Medicaid is health care for poor people. Medicare is for people that are 64 and higher. 65
okay, I always confuse the two. Yeah, okay. So exactly. You're 25 and you decide you want to sit home, jerk off, watching porn, then get stoned and go back to bed. Why should I pay for your medical treatment? When you could at least donate your time if you're not going to go to work, right?
Right. That's an option. You can go work in a charity, for, so many hours a week, depending on, your age and stuff.
But here's the thing is if you could donate time, why can't you go to work? And this is a real argument. Why should I pay for your health insurance if you have blood type pudding? You know?
Hmm.
Why do I have to pay for your second bypass surgery because you won't stop fucking eating fried foods?
Yeah.
That's not my responsibility. And again, if you have a right to this shit, then why aren't you buying my fucking firearms? I I've got right now probably close to $1,000 worth of guns in the house. I would like a check from the federal government paying me back because it's my right to have these guns. But for some reason, that argument doesn't hold up, even though it's actually outlined in the Constitution. And free healthcare is not.
Right.
They keep quoting the Constitution. They don't even quote the Constitution. That's the problem, Brian. They cite it. They say it's unconstitutional, but they never say how. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
When you and I say something's unconstitutional, we're like, well, this is what the Constitution says. And that's. And again, this kid, I'm not going to exempt him. I'm not going to exempt him, the kid who died in Michigan. I'm not going to exempt him from medical care because this
Right.
was not his fault. He's a child, 7 years old, or was. We might have been able to save his life had CPS been able to show up and do something.
Right.
But oh no, we might offend someone. You shut off your AI thing?
Uh,
You just got a little window for it. And I guess you guys are having an issue with produce?
yeah, they're saying people are getting sick from it. They're telling people to wash it.
Yeah, well, you should wash your produce anyway, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we had an issue in Massachusetts back when I was young, with black widow spiders showing up in grapes. Like you'd buy a bag of grapes and you'd reach in and get bit by a black widow. Like, no, run water through it, even take them out of the bag, make sure. We all know this shit can happen, right?
Yeah.
So always wash your produce, no matter what. Speaking of, the wife had a not a farmer's market, but something similar. I guess technically it's a farmer's market, but it was like an outdoor small little thing. She bought fucking carrots that are bigger than my daughter's fucking calf. And I
Hmm.
was just like, that's nuts. They're enormous. It's crazy. I'm like, I'm excited to eat those. Uh oh, I thought I had brought this up last week. Maybe not. The bathrooms, the PP cams at West
Mm,
Virginia University.
I don't think so.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I found it on like Sunday. Uh a second camera was found at the West Virginia University hospital bathroom. Uh an employee has been suspended and told he's being fired for this. Now they are checking every bathroom in all of West Virginia University's bathrooms. I just want to know what kind of fucking sicko wants to watch women pee.
Right. Exactly.
Like, eh, eh. So I don't know. Here's hoping this guy sees more than just getting fired. Here's hoping he gets all sorts of weird laws brought down upon him if they can prove it. Check this out, man. I spent about an hour today installing a big honking bell in my front yard. It's got a 16-inch opening, right?
Uh-huh.
Governor of West Virginia, Governor Morrissey, is asking everyone to go out and ring a bell at noon on the 4th. Ring
Okay.
your bells over churches, freaking government buildings, everything to celebrate 250. So I installed the big bell I've been sitting on for a while. I had to dig a big hole and install a 4x4, mount it on top. I'm excited, man. I think this is a cool idea. Try to get the entire state ringing bells at the same time to celebrate the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, puts the us back in the USA, you know? Uh,
Good
all
idea.
right. Yeah, and I don't even remember what they're called. These toys kids have. What? It's in here somewhere. Oh, Nido cubes. They're like squishy cubes in plastic that you can play with.
Okay.
Family went into like a Walmart or whatever, it doesn't matter. Left this shit in the hot car. Came back like an hour or so later. Put the kid in the car seat. Kid started playing with the toy and it exploded and melted this kid's legs.
That's
I
not good.
third-degree burns, both legs, screaming. I think that these should be recalled and made illegal because we had four. The kids destroyed two by chewing on them, which I said isn't safe enough because they put holes in them. I don't know what the fuck's inside. Then I find out. I brought this up to the wife. She's like, "Oh yeah, apparently people put them in microwaves and they explode." It's like this happened in a car. All it
Yeah.
takes is a kid leaving it in the car.
Right.
Whew. Oh man, I'd be furious. But yeah, so I went and found the last one and threw it out because I'm not having that garbage happen to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm a responsible parent. When I find out something's going to hurt my kids, I get rid of it instead of going, what are the odds? You know?
Uh-huh.
Uh, Massachusetts has passed a new stupid drinking law in Cambridge.
Okay.
Uh, Man, it's gonna ruin. Okay, I don't know how well you know Cambridge, Massachusetts.
The college town.
You're very wealthy, very, very well. Harvard is in Cambridge. Everyone says Boston, but it's not. Uh, they're saying that you can't buy 2 shots of liquor within a half hour in a bar. They're saying you can't get a bottle of wine or a shot within an hour of the restaurant or bar closing, no matter what the excuse is. So, for example, you and I show up with 6 of our friends, right, to eat dinner. We order a bottle of wine for the table. They say no. It's like, well, you're gonna drink too much. Like this 8 of us. That's less than a glass a person. And this is causing real issues because exactly 1, it's a college town. 2, it's a very wealthy area and it's full of wine bars. This is causing big disturbances, especially as Boston, which borders Cambridge, and Cambridge is often considered part of it, just said you can drink in public. Little messed up. Meanwhile, the federal government's suing the Commonwealth of Massachusetts because they're giving in-state tuition to illegal immigrants, but not people from Connecticut that borders Massachusetts.
Wow.
And it's funny because when I read this article, the top comment was, why don't you just amend the Constitution and change it? And I was like, because it takes 2/3 of the states to agree. And there's no way Massachusetts and Colorado and California are going to agree to this.
Right.
There's no way. They want to be able to say, fuck our own citizens in this country. We're going to give it to that guy. Which is, if you're here illegally, oh my, how are you going to college if you're here illegally? Like,
Exactly.
isn't there, when you file your paperwork to apply, don't they go, wow, you don't show up anywhere in a federal database? You know? Whatever. Good luck, Massachusetts, with this one. It's funny watching people try to scream and say this is okay. And then I'm like, well, then give the same rate to everyone in the country, too. You know, it's like, so all I have to do is say I'm not an American citizen and I get a cheaper rate to go to school in Mass?
Yeah. Or be a Native American.
I don't know about that. I don't know. This new birthright citizenship ruling, does that make Native Americans citizens?
Well, Elizabeth Warren was good.
What?
Elizabeth
Oh, well, yes.
Warren.
Yeah, yeah. I have high cheekbones. That proves it. It's like, talk about racism, right? I have a single feature that's associated with this group. First of all, associating a feature with a group is racist. We all know that,
Yeah,
right? Everyone's racist but her, though.
exactly.
Oh my God. Oh, I didn't realize it said. Oh yeah, okay. This mentions Michigan because apparently there are a lot of Haitians in Michigan, but
Apparently,
the Syrians and the Haitians here in the States because of this temporary
protective
protect.
status.
Yeah. Um, but they've been here like 30 years, right?
Yep. Uh-huh. Yep.
The earthquake
Yeah.
in Haiti was Haiti anyway,
Right.
and this was supposed to keep them, allow them to stay here temporarily, which, by the
Right.
way, definition means not forever.
Here's the issue with this problem, and Trump is the first president ever to make it actually temporary. It's always been permanent in all other previous administrations.
Oh, like DACA, deferred action. It's like, yeah, okay, we deferred it.
Yeah,
Now it's time for the
we
action.
divert it forever.
But I got a good laugh because a lot of people were screaming that these people can't go back to Haiti because it's a shithole. And I was like, oh, hold
And
on.
the government said, "Oh well, you can't go back to Haiti, but you can't stay here, so go someplace else."
Well, that's what blew my mind, though, is these are the same people when Trump said it was a shithole. Like, it's not a shithole. You're a racist. And it's
Right.
like, so, okay, well, okay, it's safe. You tell me it's safe and clean and great and wonderful. Like, yes. Okay, well, let's send these people back. No, it's a shithole. Which is it? Which is it?
Barbecue's in charge.
That's exactly my problem, Brian. These folks don't give a shit what's going on. They just want to disagree with Trump.
Yep.
If Haiti's wonderful, one of the greatest nations on the planet, possibly the greatest.
No,
Why are
that'd
you
be the
here?
other country on the same island, Dominican Republic.
And that's what gets me. Oh, Haiti doesn't want him back. Fine, drop him off the Dominican, let him walk across the fucking border on their own.
Yep.
Uh, this one really pissed me off. The late arriving ballots, SCOTUS ruling about how
Yeah.
Amy Comey Barrett, Justice Barrett, wrote the majority.
She has not been the best choice that Trump could have chosen.
No, and Roberts took her aside too. And you know what? That was my line with Roberts.
Yeah,
I've been
it was.
trying to be cool with him. I really have. You've put me in my place several times, and you were right, and I'm sorry. But her argument is, if you extrapolate it out the way she worded it, is I could place a vote now for the president in 100 years from now, and then 100 years after the election, my ballot will still be valid.
No.
According to the Supreme Court, it is.
No, it's a time limit set by each state. So the states have a time limit.
But federally speaking, I could count votes indefinitely. If I was, for example, Massachusetts, and they might get a Republican guy in office, I could say, well, we sent out 500,000 votes to this district, and only 175,000 votes came back. We're going to sit here and wait till every single vote comes back, and then boom, no one replaces who's in office.
Mm-hmm.
She essentially made it so that there's no official federal rule on when an election ends. She actually said Congress never defined what a day is. Are you fucking kidding me?
They don't have to. A day is 24 hours.
Yeah, it's like, are you kidding me? We have to define every word we use. This is absolutely insane to me. California is accepting hand-written, hand-dated ballots signed with a smiley face.
Well, the funny thing I find about this whole thing is the post office came out literally like within the last 6 months saying that there's a whole change on when the postmark goes on your envelope going in. It does not happen at the initial post office that the mail goes into, like your local post office anymore.
No, it might take them 3 or 4 days to postmark it, depending.
Yes, exactly.
Or even better, Trump should just say, United States Post Office, your executive branch, do not postmark mail-in ballots. Deliver them, but do not postmark them.
That'd piss off people.
Oh, it would, but he has every authority to do it. Just like this birthright citizenship that he did.
I'm not surprised by this ruling, unfortunately.
Neither am I.
You know,
Neither am I.
Because it comes down to, you can't use executive authority for everything, even though it's been tried over and over again for many years. Not just Republicans are doing it; Democrats have done it too.
Oh, that's what blows my mind too. Obama passed executive orders like DACA, right?
Mm-hmm.
And an executive order can be undone by an executive order, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
But then Trump tried to undo it. And the court said no.
Right.
How did Obama have the authority, but I don't? If I don't have the authority, then Obama didn't have the authority. Therefore, it's null and void anyway. It's a moot point.
Right. Well, and now everybody's freaking out about they hate the term birth tourism.
Obama invented the term.
Right.
Remember, he was the one who made a big deal about these Chinese anchor babies. Do you know there are companies in China
that do this
specifically to bring people here to do this? And not just that, surrogacy. This needs to be outlawed. International surrogacy needs to be outlawed in the United States because of this. That's something the president can do, and Congress.
Well, and another thing that the federal government can do while Trump's in office is they can limit the visas on pregnant women coming to the country.
Oh, even more fun. Let's play a Democrat card on this one. You can come in the country, but we have to perform an abortion on you before you come in.
Oh, nice.
I mean, it's not a human life, right?
No, not on the Democrat standards.
So, I mean, what's the big deal? We're just getting rid of a parasite for you. We're actually making you healthier.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I got a good laugh because CNN lost their shit about how they're targeting women. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. You guys made me accept and celebrate that men can become pregnant too.
I haven't found the only male I've seen come pregnant, it was on twins.
You know what I'm talking about, though. This whole trans thing.
Yeah, well, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes, it was pretty funny.
He got pregnant.
Did he in Twins? I thought he was Danny DeVito was his twin in that one. Did he get pregnant in that?
One of those two got pregnant.
I thought that was like Mr. Mom or something like that.
One of them got pregnant.
Mr. Mom might have been a Hulk Hogan movie. It's been so long.
But Twins was funny as shit, and it made no sense, and it's because it wasn't realistic, and that's like the trans man getting pregnant. Not going to happen.
Well, the trans man, in theory, could, as long as they never had any surgeries done or hormones, because it's still a woman.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going there. Yeah. Okay.
But a man who claims he's a woman, a trans woman, who trans women are women, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But they're saying you could be a woman who claims to be a man. You're still a man, but you can have babies, is their argument.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, then you better stop being such a bigot saying it's only women that can do this, because you swore up and down I was transphobic for saying men cannot become pregnant.
Right.
And now they're claiming the same thing, how we're targeting women. And I was like, I'm pretty sure Article 9 disappeared as soon as a man could become a woman, because any protection for women just disappeared, went right out the window.
Yeah, Title 9.
Yeah, what did I say? Section 9, my mistake. Yeah, what happened to chivalry? I don't know. You told all these fucking guys you'd rather fight a goddamn bear in the woods than meet a dude in the woods. You know?
Right.
By the way, you see this Canadian woman that was out there?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Bear came up. She starts yelling, hey, bear, like, you're trained to do. It's supposed to scare him away. The bear was hungry. It was a young bear. Swatted this bitch across the face, fucked her face up, but she fell down, let go of the leash on her dog, and she sat there video recording the bear eating her dog alive. And it's like, yeah, glad you chose the bear over a man, as she's screaming for help from a man with a gun.
Right.
Good work, Good work picking your arguments here. But yeah, Clarence Thomas, he's a real hero. I say we clone him fucking 4 times and put all 4 of them on the Supreme Court and pack the courts like the Democrats are saying.
Right.
He made the same argument I did about this birthright citizenship thing, is that you're devaluing this for
Actual
real
U.S.
citizens
citizen.
and in particular Black Americans who this was designed for because of slavery.
Yeah, because basically the argument I heard was that you've got a Chinese person that came over here, they were born, they went back to China, they lived there for 40 years, came back when they became
To be the
eligible to run
president.
for president, and now they can run for president.
Yep, as a communist fucking spy.
Yes.
And it's just crazy. Like, oh, the Chinese don't do that. I was like, well, then what the fuck was Obama talking about his entire time in office? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy because Obama made a big deal about this. And when Trump ran for office, he's like, oh, Russia's not our biggest threat. I'm like, oh, who is? He goes, China. I'm like, oh, you're fucking crazy. Like, Obama said the same thing. Like, he was the guy in office at the time.
Yeah.
Again, I
And
hate him.
there was
Therefore,
there was many Supreme Court rulings this last week because it was the end of the
Mhm.
court. But Newsom's office responds to the SCOTUS ruling on women's sports.
Yeah, what do they care? California is still allowed to let dudes compete in women's sports.
Yeah. And it's a states' rights issue. So the states can decide if they want to do it, and
This leads to a problem, Brian.
okay.
College sports.
Yep.
How often are they interstate play? Most of the time.
Most of the time, yeah.
And
And the state that whatever the state's rules are that the state they're playing in is going to be the state's rules that apply.
So I show up with no men on my team,
You got
and
to
they're allowed
forfeit.
to have a bunch of dudes. I'm gonna get crushed.
No, if you're a woman's team and you go to a state that does not allow trans athlete women on the team, you can't play there.
Yeah, now flip it
You got to
around.
forfeit.
No, you can play. You just can't play the trans women.
Right. Well, if it's that's only people you got on the team,
Yeah.
then you
Well,
can't play.
now flip the script. You don't have men on your team because you don't allow it in your state, and you go to California and you're playing against a fucking 6'5", 230
You're not
pound
going to
dude.
go. They're going to start. This is what's going to happen with college sports.
They're going to refuse to play with them at all.
Yeah, they're going to start going to other states that the competition is fair because it's men and women playing against men and women. They'll just start ostracizing the states that, allow this.
The problem is, why do we have women's sports if you can just switch sides?
You shouldn't.
I mean, if men and women are the same, there's no difference. I could right now say I'm a woman with my goatee, which by the way I shaved a little bit.
I noticed.
Yeah. I forgot where I was going with this. Okay, I am no extreme athlete by any means. I used to be decent athlete when I was younger, like much younger. Decent hockey player. I was a great wrestler. I could run really well in track and cross country, et cetera, et cetera. Baseball, I was great at. But if I went and played women's hockey, right, in Massachusetts, because the college teams have women's hockey teams.
Right. Yeah.
If I went and played in the women's hockey, I would kill these women even today.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And oh, you're old and out of shape. It's like, yes, but I can still pick up more weight than your average woman. And I'm not picking on women. This is just biology. I can still, my grip strength, your average man's grip strength is stronger than the strongest woman's grip strength on the planet. Meanwhile, we have Ellen Page coming out and telling all of us how to be a proper man when she's what? 5'1", 90 pounds?
Right.
Never really worked a day in her life. I'm sorry, his life. And I'm cool. If you want to do all this shit, that's fine. It doesn't have to be a big goddamn deal. Claire is a friend of the show. We love Claire.
Yep.
Very trans. Actually did this hormones, get the surgery and all that shit.
As an adult.
As an adult. but isn't trying to
she does
compete
not
against
push
women.
her agenda on to others, you know?
Well, that's the thing, dude, is acceptance and celebration are not the same thing.
No.
I can accept that you're doing this. I don't have to celebrate it.
Right.
You know, like for Hanukkah. Okay. I'll accept that you're doing Hanukkah, but I'm not going to celebrate Hanukkah because I'm Catholic.
Right.
And we do have some Catholic shit way down here in leftovers.
And we probably won't get to it.
Probably not. And I'm surprised we never brought this up of the excommunication of these folks is a big deal for wanting to do Latin mass, basically. It's a little more involved than that. But the
Well,
Catholic
they tried to
Church,
make bishops without the Pope's approval.
yes. Yes. And they were immediate. The thing is, the people that were made bishops were excommunicated too.
Right.
In general, I've liked Pope Leo, and I understand this is the rule, so I will accept the rule.
Mm.
But like their biggest thing is that the reason why he didn't want to prove these guys as bishops and priests, by the way, who were also excommunicated, is because they're still doing Latin mass. And it's like
What's wrong with that?
this is the tradition of the Catholic Church. This is what they're actually
Right.
famous for, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. It
Like,
is.
did you see Boondock Saints?
Yeah.
Every time, like, "En nome de Padre," before they, executed someone.
And
That-
NPR had to retract an article that they published
Mm.
saying that just Alito said he was going to retire.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh no, I like Alito. He's a genius."
I do
Yes.
wish a couple of, I mean, the problem is the older Republicans are the more reliable conservatives. But at the same time, you got to start thinking about, the future of the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see, I don't want to see another Ruth Bader Ginsburg, if at all
No.
possible.
No, I would like to see a young 35-year-old Clarence Thomas
Right.
being sworn in.
To replace Clarence Thomas.
Or Alito. And did you read any of these opinions from the Supreme Court?
I read through the highlights of them.
Yeah, I did the same because Alito's dissent on what was it, the birthright citizenship, was it?
Mhm.
Was like 91 pages. He usually writes like 3 paragraphs.
Yeah.
He's like, "No, you're wrong for
Yeah.
all these reasons."
The way I understood it was he basically gave a roadmap for Congress to use the 14th Amendment to kill birthright citizenship.
From what I understand, that was Kavanaugh that did that.
Oh,
He
okay.
actually wrote a
Okay.
letter
Well,
out, like an open letter. Like, this is in particular what stopped this from going through.
right.
Congress can actually do something about this.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Whoa,
Without
damn."
changing the 14th Amendment.
Without, because it takes 2/3 states
Two-thirds of the states to change
to
an
change the
amendment.
Constitution. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's let's be real. That's tough to do. That's actually why it's so tough to do, because this shit's
Right.
supposed to move slow.
Right.
That's my issue with the progressives. They want progress for the sake of progress, no matter what direction it's in.
Yeah.
I mean, how many years have they told us to kill our babies? Do you remember Captain Planet, the cartoon show for kids?
Yeah, I do. Uh-huh.
There was an episode where he said, "Remember, kids, there are too many people on the planet. Don't have babies."
Right.
And it's like, what? And now we have no one to pay Social Security, so they're importing illegal migrants to do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, you promised all these bitches they could be billionaires if they
Yeah.
just went to work, and now they're furious that they're not getting ahead. They're doing about as well as every other guy, which is scraping by, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they don't get to have their children. And then
Yeah.
they hit 35 years old as they hit that window, and they want a kid, and it's like, I don't know what to tell you. It's like, look, where are the good men? It's like, oh, they married the 20-year-old that was wanting to have kids because she wasn't going to die in childbirth or
Right.
have birth anomalies or 6 miscarriages in a row. And it's just crazy listening to these women who did this bitch about how they can't find a man to have babies with as their window is closing, and then telling women to do the same thing they did.
Exactly.
Like, I hate my life. You should do the same thing I did. It's Trump's fault that I don't have kids. It's like, no, maybe it's because you told these dudes that they're all fucking toxic masculine, that you'd rather fight a fucking bear, and you want to go to work and bust your ass all day. And the funny thing is, they don't want to work in a weld shop as a plumber. They want a corner office job with air conditioning so they can bitch about the AC instead of putting a fucking sweater on.
Right.
If you want to work, that's fine, but don't come and bitch at me that you missed your opportunity to reproduce,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where are all the good men? Well, they went and got married and had kids, All right. All right. Well, Pride Month's over.
Is it?
Yeah, that was June, right? We're in MAGA month.
Yeah, well, there's no such thing as MAGA month.
But there is now.
For San Diego County, they're keeping the Pride Month going.
See, the funny thing is, the first thing I found about this thing in San Diego County, I actually saw the schedule listed out
Yep.
of what they're doing. None of it is dedicated to the United States or the history of the United States, but they will be playing a separate national anthem.
Of course.
The Black national anthem. What?
Of course.
So it's not. So you tell me it's not one nation, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, and then they're also they've lost corporate sponsors because of it, but they don't care.
Because the people making money realize there's no money in this bullshit. You got a handful of nut jobs losing their shit, which makes. Again, I hate to pick on women, dude. Women are more likely to fall to peer pressure. They see everyone say this, and by everyone I mean they scream the loudest and all the time, everywhere, and they think this must be the popular opinion, and they get on board. And then they're like, hey, how come there's no fireworks show this year? Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
And then we got San Francisco's Transmart turned violent as police clashed with marchers over arrests.
Yeah. One dude was jumping up and down on the roof of a police car. So the police removed him from the roof of the police car and cuffed him. And people started attacking the police for this, saying, you have no right to do that. And he's like, he's destroying government property.
Right. They definitely have the right.
And same city, didn't they attack Wiener, out homosexual, like
he's
out and proud,
out
and proud gay man? They attacked him at Pride over his views on Israel. I think there's a video in there. I'm not sure.
I mean, look.
But like this thing is, it seems like the dude who came up to him to talk to him wanted to actually talk, because he's like, oh man, I appreciate what you've done, gay rights, etc. He's like, what happened in Israel? And I was like, first thing I thought was Anthony Weiner had no say in what happened in Israel.
No.
You know what I mean? He didn't. So like, why are you upset with him? And he's not federal, right? He's a California.
He's California, yeah.
Yeah, he's not even federal. He had no say whatsoever. And then everyone else around side screaming at him that he was this fucking bigot and supporting genocide. And I'm like, good job, man. You're chasing the homos out of pride events now. I don't know. Am I allowed to call them homos, or is that not acceptable? Apparently we can call them queer now. So I don't know what the rules are, Brian. I'm sorry.
Well, I saw a picture.
I thought we weren't allowed to call them queer, but we can again, so.
I do have a video.
No video in there?
I think I got the video.
There is?
Yeah. I had it, but it's very confusing because I had to first thing you think would be a video is not a video. You got to find the Twitter feed.
Oh, okay, my mistake. I should have done better getting this together for you. I try to do better usually.
I think your legislation on trans
His
issues
name is
and
Weiner.
your legislation specifically protecting queers on the sex offender registry is fantastic. Like, I really applaud you for that, and I think you deserve to be here for that. But I think your housing policy, and specifically your housing policy aligning with YIMBYs, and I think your policy, and I think your policy on the genocide in Gaza, and I think your policy on the genocide in Gaza It's terrible. I think you do not belong here. I think you do not belong here. You do not belong here, Scott, anymore. It sucks because you've been wonderful. You've been wonderful for trans people, and you've been terrible. And you've been terrible. You've been terrible. You've been terrible
I'm gonna be
on
real. Wiener's being really
You
cool
do not belong
handling
here
this, though,
anymore,
isn't he?
Scott.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
breaks
yeah.
my fucking heart.
I'm gonna cut.
It breaks my
Credit where
heart.
credit's due.
It breaks my heart.
Oh, she's wearing the Muslim.
Legislation
And a
for
kofia.
queers is so fucking terrible on Gaza. Scott, do you have anything to say?
Scott,
Do you have anything to say about Gaza?
Wait, I thought it was Anthony Weiner.
How?
No,
How could you do
that was
this to San
Hillary
Francisco?
Clinton's,
How could someone
chief of
like
staff
you
husband
do
that
this to
they
San
didn't make girls to get
Francisco?
divorced.
Scott,
His name is
say
Weiner,
something.
too?
Yeah.
Redeem yourself.
Oh my God.
Do something.
Fuck you and your
Scott,
Zionist
I want to like the person who had such good legislation on trans rights.
I wouldn't be able to do that.
You know, it says in the description, it says
Scott,
such good
I want
legislation for
to
queers.
support someone who's so positive on trans rights, but you're a piece of shit on Gaza. How could you do that? How could you betray queers? How could you oppress people?
You stopped being queer the moment you started supporting Israel, you piece of shit!
Israel actually allows homosexuality. Gaza does not.
Exactly.
And this is what really bothers me, man. Is these folks are so uneducated.
Yep.
Like, for real, you know, we can't raise money for this show, Brian. But I
No.
bet if we put in an effort and said, hey, let's raise enough money to send one of these, quote, queers for Palestine people to Gaza,
They would not make it alive.
I bet yes, but I bet we could bring the money up. And they're like, oh, well, when did they come back? Oh, they were thrown off a rooftop. Why?
Mhm.
Oh, because they waved a pride flag and said queers for Palestine.
Yep.
And what do you mean? It's like, oh, it's against the law. And yeah, you don't even need a trial. You can just be executed for it by anyone. And it's okay. No one's going to get arrested for it.
Right.
And I know I'm not supposed to use this word, but if these Palestinians used English, they would call these folks faggots. Right?
Yep.
They would use the strongest language because they hate these people. Meanwhile, these people are waving their fucking, I want to say pride flags, but they put a black stripe in for fucking the African American population. It's like, yeah, I'm sure every black man wants to be tied in with the trans community. You know what I mean? The black community is actually one of the least accepting of homosexuality and transing
Yes, they are.
than any
That's
other
why
community.
the gay, trans, Democrat politicians are having a hard time getting elected.
Yeah, and the Black Caucus is like, no, we're going to be polite,
We're not going to vote for you.
but we're not voting for this shit. And then you meet the average black guy on the street, and no, okay, I say your average black guy. It depends on where you live, honestly.
Right.
Like, you go in even New York City, you ask 100 black men what they think about homosexuality, and most of them will call them faggots too.
Yep.
And the only time typically I use that word is to describe what someone else would say, or to literally define a bundle of sticks. And by the way, I'd like to point out that the whole idea of the quote faggot, the bundle of sticks, is that when one stick is easy to break, many is difficult to break. Shares a root word with fascism, which literally means stronger together, which is the socialist message, isn't it?
Yep.
They're literally advocating for fascism while calling other people fascists. Just like, you know, you're Nazis because, and they don't have a real good reason. They don't know what Nazis are. Meanwhile, they're socialists. The Nazis were socialists. They look to Norway as the example of greatness in this country. So did the Nazis. You know, everyone should be 6 feet tall, blonde hair, blue eyes. You know, it's like you can go down the list and list them off. How But this is something that was brought up by Saul Alinsky in Rules for Radicals that Hillary Clinton quoted all the time was
Yep.
accuse your opponent of what you are doing.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow they've convinced a whole bunch of fucking nut jobs join up with us and everything's going to be fucking awesome. And nothing is getting better. And
No.
let's be real, the Democrats have been taken over. The
Yeah.
Democrat Party is going to crumble in a couple of years. It's over. They've lost. They've given up their party because they got in bed with the commies. And again, with the whole socialism, people think social welfare is socialism. It's not. Lenin, who wrote the Socialist Manifesto, specifically said the end goal of socialism is communism. That's why he worked with Karl Marx.
Right.
To make Marxist-Leninist ideology that the Soviet Union, USSR, used, and I believe, not sure, the CCP still uses. However, they have become more capitalistic while still socialist and communist in China.
Okay.
Fucking nuts. Give me an example of anywhere in the world socialism has worked for more than a year. There's got to be one, right? There has to be.
U.S., the Soviet Union.
Did it work, or did it take it that long to collapse once they took all of the money from all the capitalists and executed them?
Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Would you say Bosnia worked at all?
Well, they made it to the World Cup.
Yeah, and half the country starving to death. The only people that get fed are the athletes and the government, right?
Well, when I was there, everybody's electricity was paid for, and everybody got some food. And I think now,
Hey,
though,
hey,
tourism's
you want your electricity paid for, Brian? Rent. Don't buy. Right?
no, even in the U.S., most places do not pay for your electricity if you're renting an apartment.
Yes,
You
they
still
do.
have to they
It
have to
is
pay for your
you
own.
pay you pay like a deposit. And if you go over a certain amount, you have to owe. But
That's not
it is
every place I
law.
ever rented in Michigan. Or not in Michigan, but everywhere I rented around the country, I was always responsible for. I wasn't
That means you
responsible for water. I wasn't responsible for sewage, but I was responsible for my own electricity. There was a
that's
meter on my apartment.
well, yeah, a meter. Someone has to read it and something bill someone, and that's probably because you signed a specific contract that allowed you to pay less in rent because they weren't paying the electricity.
Maybe.
New York City, I know, is a fact. You rent your electricity, your plumbing, all that shit's covered in your rent,
Well, I
and
never
that's
read
what.
in New York City, so I wouldn't know. But
Yeah,
we
and that's what.
got these mass raids across oil boom town.
Yeah, this is California. Oh shoot. Oh, that's right. The entire government in this city in Central California was recalled, like voted out of office. They refused to cede power,
Uh-huh.
just like they said Trump would, by the way.
Right.
So
That he was never
California,
going to do it. Yeah.
so California sent in police to get information. They won't. The federal government helped them. Don't get me wrong. The FBI was involved too. Election fraud kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But California was involved in this. They won't release exactly what they were looking for or what they got, yada yada. But they went in and raided like the city hall and houses of the people that refused to give up their seat after they were voted out.
Wow.
And again, the exact thing they accused Trump of
Mm-hmm.
the first time. That he's like, okay, I lost the election, I'm out.
Yeah.
He wins it. He's never going to let go of power. It's like, you said this last time. You
Right.
know? Like, do you think I'm stupid or are you stupid? Is the question, right?
Yeah.
Like, are you dumb yourself or are you lying hoping I'm stupid? And that's a real question I have. I honestly, some of the stuff some of these people are saying, this I just can't believe that they're dumb enough to believe that some of the stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's in here somewhere. With Seattle, she got rid of like all the cops, and then all these drug traffickers and human traffickers took over a city and then shooting up houses and killing people everywhere. They finally, she's like, "Oh, I guess I gotta put some police in there." And it's like, "Yeah, but you already fired them all. You don't have the police to put there."
No, exactly.
And who
You need
wants
the
to be a
National
cop?
Guard.
Yeah, exactly. Now you got to call in the military, and that's exactly what they did. Good job. You could have done this with a person who lives in the community, who knows the people, who just has a handgun on his side, versus someone who's never met you, doesn't know any of your friends, and has an automatic rifle. Good job. Good job with your choice here. Tell us about a fucking military takeover, huh?
Right.
Ooh, New York. One of these school districts is is forcing a second vote because there's video of one of these clerks tearing up voter ballots and throwing them in the garbage.
That's not okay.
Well, not if you're actually hot doing it. It's okay if you can deny it after the fact. But yeah, she's tearing up votes. And she's like, "Oh, yeah, I don't want this person to win." And it's like, okay, first of all, okay, I understand you're doing another vote, which is nuts because that takes forever. But what about oh my God. What about her going to prison?
Probably not in New York.
She destroyed voter ballots because she didn't want the person who's going to win to win.
Yeah,
This is a jailable offense.
it should be.
All right, all right. Oh, speaking of, okay, so Mamdani asked people to keep their thermostats at seven. Hold on, I
78
got
degrees.
a lot of noise here. At yeah, 78 degrees, unplug anything, don't do anything. By the way, you're also not allowed natural gas. So you
No.
can't even use anything else. And they made their buses electric. And I found out it takes 600,000 watts of electricity to quick charge a single electric bus.
That sounds like a lot of electricity.
Well, it turns out the entire fleet of buses in New York City
Mm-hmm.
uses more electricity than Boston.
Nice.
And they're saying, unplug everything and turn your AC down. The
Are they
Bronx,
unplugging the buses?
no, they're running 24/7 and they have to charge every 8 hours. 3 times a day, they're using 600,000 watts of electricity. And anyone going, I don't understand this. Your average home AC unit in your wall uses 300 watts, not 300,000.
Yeah.
300. So if we extrapolate the bus fleet, which I think is something, I saw the numbers today. I can't remember there. But if we extrapolate the number of buses and how often they be charged to run 24/7 in New York City, it's more than enough electricity for every single New Yorker to have an AC unit.
Right.
But because they demanded it electric, you
Yep.
just stressed the grid to the point that it won't work. And
Right.
but the Bronx had a blackout when it was 100 degrees out. And what was fun was to deal with the heat, they opened the fire hydrants, all of them, to cool people
Okay.
off. Thing is, if you lived above the third floor, you got brown, undrinkable water coming out of your tap when you have no power to cool your home. You don't even have water you can drink to cool down either or stay hydrated. This is gonna be like France, dude.
Right.
There's over 1,000 dead in France already because of this heat wave.
Yeah, because they don't have air conditioning.
And then and I love it too. I heard a lot of people say, like, well, why doesn't France just put ACs in everywhere? I was like, why is it France's responsibility to put AC in your house in France? Go buy one yourself.
Yep.
You run a business, do it yourself. It's not France's responsibility, but apparently these socialists it is. Blows my mind. And you know what's crazy? Socialism doesn't work without capitalism. There's no money to take from the wealthy unless you have capitalism in there somewhere. Like that's why it turns into communism, because now there's no money to take from the wealthy because you've depleted all the money from the wealthy. Like, let's be real. You took every dollar. It made Elon Musk liquidate everything he owns.
Yep.
And you took it. Why would he do it again? Like, for real, why would he do it again?
No point.
Yeah, exactly. You're just going to take it from me. Like, well, yeah. And that's what gets me. It's like capitalism is bad because people are greedy. I'm like, socialism is good because everyone will work together for the common good. I'm like, no. At least in capitalism, you starve to death. Socialism, communism, everyone starves to death. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's he did this rent freeze in New York.
Yeah, that's gonna backfire.
Yeah, it went through, and this has happened before. It went bad, and actually, it happened in New York before. Have you ever heard of the Bronx Burn?
No.
Okay. Between 1970 and 1980, there was a rent freeze in New York City. You weren't allowed to increase rent no matter what, even as inflation occurred. So inflation happened. I cannot charge more for rent, so therefore I cannot afford to upkeep the building. I won't make
Right.
anybody. I literally pay out my pocket to own a piece of property. 80% of housing burned to the ground
Right.
in this 10-year period. A lot of people said it was the tenants because of bad living conditions, but now it's commonly accepted that the landlords did because they got paid out more in insurance
Yeah.
than they were collecting in rent. What's going to stop them from doing it again? And unhouse hundreds of thousands of New Yorkers. It's already happened before. What's going to stop from happening again when you do? Dear God, those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it, right?
Yep.
You literally put the same policy in place in the same place. Like, if I owned the building and I ran at a net loss and I couldn't do anything about it, no one's going to buy the building because it's just it's a money pit. You would just throw money into it and it vanishes. I'll just
close it.
And here's the thing: is you burn it to the ground. People live in those buildings.
Yeah.
And these greedy landlords. Well, then what's to stop them from burning down your residence so they can make more money? They're not that greedy though.
Right.
Bullshit. These people don't think they can't think beyond they can't see beyond their nose. They can't think beyond now. And they wonder why their life sucks. It's like, because I want to play chess against these people. You know what I mean? They can't think 4 moves ahead.
Right.
Like, you've played chess, I assume?
I have in the past, yeah.
Okay. Not an easy game, but you need to really get into it to be good at it, and I am not.
Yeah, I was never good at it. No.
Yeah, you got to think 4 moves ahead.
Yeah.
Like, if I do this, what's he going to do? Okay, if he does that, then I'm going to do this. But if he does this,
I'm
going to
do
this
checkers.
instead. Well, that's a different game altogether. The thing is, these guys aren't thinking ahead, like what's going to happen because of this. I don't want to pay for it.
Right.
Well, then who is paying for it? You know?
Exactly.
Someone's paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
We shouldn't have to pay for it. It should just be free. Okay, so you want slaves to work for you, so you get free electricity and free food.
Yep.
DSA.
Good old DSA.
Yep, they displaced a 30-year senator, I think, or as a congressman in Colorado. Congressman. Yeah. The socialists are taking over the Democrat Party, man. It's not going to be the Democrat Party much longer. Mamdani and AOC are the face of the party now. Do you think it's going to keep going this way? Do you think people are going to look?
I don't think that mainstream. They're never going to get a DSA person elected to president, though. It's
I don't
gonna.
know. New York just replaced literally everyone with
Okay.
socialism. The mayor of Seattle is, half their government is. Colorado just displaced a 30-year congressman.
I don't know.
Socialism is taking over the party. Even Hunter Biden said this, that they're being displaced. Hakeem Jeffries came out and made a big stink about this, how the
Apparently, a
party's
third
being
of the
hijacked.
Democrats are fond of socialists. As the party keeps moving left, 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 and more left.
A
I
little bit
mean,
more
that's going
than
to
a third.
alienate the independents. So they're not going to have the independent vote anymore.
What's an independent voter, man? Let's be real. Let's
People, you used to be an independent voter.
technically speaking, I still am.
All right.
I haven't voted Democrat in a while because of what they've done. You either want this garbage or you don't.
I don't.
Like, for real, who's the best person the Democrats have to run for president right now?
Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom.
You really think Governor Newsom is the way to go?
Either that or Kamala Harris.
Oh, so you just want the Republicans to win?
Yes.
Uh no, I want actual competition, because if we don't have a Democrat party, or at least an opposition party, to keep the Republicans in check, they'll run buck wild. And I'm not even sure what that means at this point, because the Republican Party is changing too
Yeah.
quickly. But honestly, I think once Trump is gone, this whole MAGA thing's gone. I think
We'll
even if
see.
Vance wins the election, it's not going to be trying to fix what's been wrong here for
I
so
don't think
long.
Vance is going to win the election as president. He may be a good another vice president before he's president again, but Rubio needs to run as
I say you want
president.
Rubio, don't you?
Rubio is president. Vance is vice president.
That'd
I
be
would give Vance 12 years as a vice president, and he'd be a shoe-in for president.
so you're saying a one-term Rubio?
No, two-term. Vance was
Oh,
only
12. Yeah, that's right.
Trump's.
That's right.
As
That's
Trump
right. We
was,
had Pence.
we had Pence on the, the first ticket.
And it's crazy. People are like, oh, Trump has these revolutionary ideas. They're ridiculous. Pat Buchanan, remember him?
Yep.
Ran against Bush for the Republican primary.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one who coined the phrase "Make America Great Again."
Oh, okay.
He
Well,
was the one who said "America first." Bush won, and look what happened. Everyone who
nothing.
hates, it's funny because everyone hated Bush when he was in office. Now they look back and go, no, I liked Bush. He wasn't a big deal. It's like, really? You made a big fucking deal while he was in office, you know?
Right.
But yeah, Colorado, between with what happened in Colorado and New York, now the socialists are looking to push their move nationwide. I don't know, man. Is this the end of the party altogether, or are the socialists just going to take over the Democrat Party and call themselves Democrats?
I think the socialists are going to take over and call themselves Democrats.
Yeah. Is this why Tucker Carlson is trying to make a third party?
That's Well, he doesn't want to be classified as a Republican anymore. So
I've never wanted to be classified as a Republican. Doesn't mean that I'm going to fucking form my own party and embarrass myself in front of the entire freaking nation like the Tea Party or the Green Party
Tucker
or
Carlson has no support at all because he owns a freaking house in Qatar.
so.
So you might as well just go to Kuwait or wherever his house is and live there full time. Run his
You, s-
podcast from over there.
you said Qatar.
It's
Is it?
someplace around there. It's in the Middle East. He has property there. And you can't really be a Republican when you're in a Muslim country because there's no women rights in Muslim countries.
Yeah, that's what makes me laugh my ass off. These women walking around wearing nothing, literally nothing, screaming how they want to protect Islam. It's like you do realize you'd be flogged for
Yeah.
not even not wearing clothes, not covering everything except for your eyeballs. in some of these
Exactly.
Muslim nations.
Yeah. They don't care. They don't
No, they don't.
understand.
They never even bothered to find out. They just heard
No.
a bunch of people say this. And again, women,
Yep.
peer pressure. They heard a bunch of people scream this. They must be right because they're so passionate, you know? And this is
Yep.
the thing is I think the Republicans could actually have a chance if every Republican stood up and was like, this is bullshit and explain why versus because he's a Nazi, you know?
That's not gonna happen.
No, because the Republicans have no fucking spines. They're a bunch of pussies. Let's be real. And you know it too, don't you?
Most of them.
Most of them, yeah. Would you even call Trump a Republican, honestly?
Yep.
Really? How does this policy actually vary from Obama or Clinton? What's different?
Maha.
Oh, being healthy. He
Yep.
wants you to not die because you're overweight. That makes him a Nazi, even though he agrees on everything else that these Democrats, the famous Democrat presidents in recent history. That's Obama called himself the deporter in chief.
Yeah. Well, he didn't
But
even deport
deporting
that many
people,
people because he just
no, he
droned
turned
them to
around the
death.
border. Yes,
Droned them.
but your average Democrat doesn't realize that. And all you have to do is play him a video of Obama calling himself the deporter in chief. Be like, well, was he racist too?
Yes.
And when they say yes, be like, okay, so maybe you should rethink your policies because you've been telling me that this is the good guy when he had the same policies as the guy who replaced him. The only real difference between Obama and Trump was the nuclear deal in Iran, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, we shouldn't let him get a nuclear weapon. That's actually literally what he ran on.
Yeah.
All right. This is fun. Katie Wilson out in Seattle is inviting illegal immigrant transgender people to come to Seattle, and Seattle taxpayers will pay for your transition surgeries.
Have fun with that.
Yeah, so
Where are they getting the money for it?
well,
From Microsoft?
Seattle residents can't get help with their, heart bypass surgery, but we'll cut your fucking dick off and turn it inside out if you weren't born here.
Yeah.
What? What? Oh, and I just want to bring up, by the way, with the birthright citizenship, this means it still says that if you are born here to a foreign diplomat here on official business, you're not a citizen. But if you walk across the border, squat, pop a
Yeah, that's
baby
fucking
out, walk back
ridiculous.
across the border, that kid's a citizen.
That's
And what's
crazy.
gonna stop someone from saying, "Oh no, this kid is an American"? And go, well, show me some evidence. Like, it was a home birth in the mountains of West Virginia. So we just put in the paperwork looking for a birth certificate. What's going to stop
Right.
that from happening?
Nothing.
All right. But yeah, anyway, Seattle's looking to pay for these transgender surgeries of these illegal immigrants. What? Oh, meanwhile, there's this father in New York in New York City in a bodega, which is like a corner store.
Yeah.
His son, was butt raped by a trans illegal immigrant from, I think, Honduras, maybe Guatemala. I don't know. One of them South American countries. There's a whole bunch of them. And he wants this guy deported. And New York's like, no, we won't do that. We're not turning him over to the federal government. He's like, well, at least put him in prison. It's like, well, no, because, that's, bigoted.
That's not the
He's
right
like,
thing to do.
yeah. And all I can think is, like, if this was my kid, that person would be dead already. And the crazy shit is this person has stood trial in New York for this crime and is currently being extradited to Massachusetts to face charges of assault and battery, as well as larceny, as well as prostitution.
Wow.
Yes. And as a fact, if this person serves time in Massachusetts, they will not be turned over to ICE after the fact to be deported.
No. It's not a thing.
Yeah.
Unless they come to Martha's Vineyard.
Well, they didn't even deport them. They just moved them somewhere else, didn't they?
They moved them out of the state very quickly.
That's what blew my mind. It's like, we need to let all these people in. And then they showed up in the rich area. I'm like, no, not here, though. It's like, well, why?
That's not
Because they're
allowed.
destroying our property values. They're committing crimes. It's like, so you want this in the poor areas where they can't afford to be stolen from? Like
Yeah.
Obama, Oprah, you can afford someone to steal your car. Okay? I can't. Your average American can't afford someone coming in and fucking stealing the food out of the refrigerator.
I'm out of beer and drinks, so.
That's too bad because there's a video thing in the next one I thought you might do.
Oh, yeah, I can do it.
All
That'll
right.
give me a break.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in there. But
Jayapal.
Jayapal, I'm not sure how you pronounce her name.
No.
She makes a point of like this is like the fourth or fifth time we've been in here talking about this exact thing, and I'm sick and tired of it. And the mother of the murdered child is saying, "Yeah, maybe you should do something about it." Her kid was shot in the back of the head from a moving vehicle with an illegal immigrant because it was fun. And she actually said, I'm kind of glad she was just shot in the back of the head and killed instantly instead of raped first. It's just nuts listening to these Democrats. Like, I don't even want to hear it anymore. This is bull. I don't want to hear it. And it's like, what do you mean you don't want to hear? This is actually this is the result of your policy, you know?
What's the video about?
It's a white woman with blonde hair sitting in front of Congress giving her account of what happened, and the Democrats are all upset that they have to hear about another horrific crime committed by an illegal immigrant.
I don't see it.
Maybe it's not in there. My apologies. Go do your thing. I'll move us on. I thought it was in there, but this happened. That anyone who wants to find it, you can find it. It's out there. Yeah, an appeals court apparently banned a mandatory detention for migrants past 90 days. Like you came here on a visa, you overstayed your visa by 90 days. There was a mandatory, we're going to hold you in prison or jail, my apologies, without a bond hearing because that's not your due process as an illegal immigrant. And this is something that I brought up over and over again is that people think due process is a Latin term like mea culpa or mens rea or corpus callosum. And I can explain all this shit to you. 2 college degrees in this shit. One is in law enforcement and one's in criminal justice. I can explain to you what all this means, but that doesn't matter because due process is not a Latin term like that. Due process means the process that is due to you. Same reason why you don't get a jury trial for a speeding ticket is why these people don't necessarily get all the shit you expect from, quote, due process. You're here illegally. You have no papers. Look at this. You had a visa that expired 3 months ago and you're still here. Oh, look, and you're pregnant. We're going to hold you or send you back. Like, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. They need due process. And it's like, I expect the government to then to actually define what due process is. Because if we don't know what a fucking day is, how do we know what due process is? And this is something I think is completely overlooked because these folks claim to know what the shit is, but then they say they don't know what a goddamn day is. And it's infuriating to me. And it makes me want to punch people in the mouth, but I know better. You know, I would have to identify as a black lesbian to be able to get away with something like that because a white heterosexual man cannot get away with just punching someone in the mouth because they're angry. And a prime example is what we have coming up down in leftovers if we get to it is this veteran was shot to death, white 60-something-year-old veteran shot to death over a parking space dispute by a black woman. And her lawyer actually said, well, that's what we teach him to do. He's bigger than her. He's a man. He could beat her up. He never laid a hand on her. He never touched her. He didn't attack her. She just said, I feel threatened, therefore I can kill you, which is the Carmelo Anthony case. And if that's the case, then I can say I'm fucking threatened by the 3 black guys that surround me and take everything out of my pockets when I was in Chicago, literally stole my sneakers. so I couldn't run through the broken glass to get help from the police. Maybe I should have just fucking killed them. Apparently, that's okay. I personally don't think it is. I think that's wrong. I got robbed. Thank God I didn't get killed because these guys didn't want to deal with prison time for murdering someone. And what's the point of that if you can just take the shit anyway? But I had to go back to the friggin' not NOB, that's Norfolk. Great Mistakes, Illinois, when I was in A school, and try to get back on base without an ID after I was freaking mugged in Chicago. You
Good
know?
luck with that.
Oh,
It's a lot of
apparently it
work.
happened often enough that they were ready for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not easy. You gotta be dodged for and all that shit. So
Yeah, and I was just in A school, but they had actually a database there, right there at the gate, because they expected people to go out into Chicago
okay.
and have their wallet stolen. I was like, wow, I cannot believe that this is how shit works. Well, why didn't you at least give us a heads up that I'm going to be robbed to the point where they steal my sneakers so I can't
Right.
go get help?
Uh-huh.
You're just going to let it happen. Oh shit, I came across this. There's this dude in Minnesota from 2002 to 2006 raped the same child over and over and over again. Even at one point offered her $10 to not tell anyone.
Wow.
Yes. Well, when he was busted, he actually, full confession, just before anyone says, are you sure he's guilty? He fully confessed and said, I'm willing to accept the consequences of my actions. Okay.
Yeah.
And as a result of this, Minnesota gave him 0 prison time, just an ankle monitor for,
It sounds like something Minnesota would do.
4 years of rape of a girl child.
Mm-hmm.
What's more fun, right before he got his ankle monitor off and ICE could come get him, he got a pardon from Tim Walz.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Boom, gone into the wind.
Because he doesn't want to be deported. Tim Walz didn't want him to be deported.
Yep, and even better is this guy's confession. He actually said, in my culture, it's okay to have sex with underage children. And it's also just as much her fault as mine.
Wow.
I want to hear anyone who has children.
I agree with that.
Yeah, say this is okay. Because if this is okay, I'm certain I can find a pervert to rape your kids too. I mean,
And if
actually,
that's
I say
okay,
that,
you probably made the
say-
right choice moving to West Virginia.
Yeah, actually, I say that. I honestly don't think I could find anyone who thinks that's okay.
No.
Not in my circles, anyway.
No.
Just like I don't think you should cane a woman near to death for kissing a man on a live stream.
Right. No.
I think this OnlyFans shit is a bunch of bullshit and you're a bunch of dirty whores, but I'm not going to beat you near to death for it.
Right.
Beat you unconscious for it and call it the law.
Yeah.
But yeah, with all this shit that's going on, even Hunter Biden is like the party's being taken over. It says he turns on the Democratic establishment as the headline, but that's not really. He's saying the Democrat Party is being hijacked by the socialists.
Yeah.
If you actually read the article. So it's funny because it looks like this news article is throwing Hunter Biden under the bus, which had you guys done this when Hunter Biden was smoking crack and fucking his dead brother's wife, maybe I would agree with you at this point, but you took his side.
Yeah.
Just a heads up, do people realize, did he have a kid with his brother's wife?
Yes.
Yes.
I believe so.
Yes. Okay. So your brother dies of a horrible disease he got while serving overseas. That's where he got the cancer.
Yeah.
And now you're going to go.
But if you're going to go Old Testament here, it's biblical for Hunter Biden to do this.
And if I believe the Bidens were athlete Catholic, I might accept that. But he didn't marry her either, did he?
No.
No, he was still banging hookers, smoking crack, and driving 100 miles an hour and posting it online.
He was doing cocaine in the White House.
Allegedly, we don't know who left that bag of cocaine behind. It could have been Mitch McConnell.
How did it get through Secret Service?
Well, how do you find a bag of cocaine? Mitch McConnell walks through. They're not checking his pockets. He just goes through a metal detector. You know what I mean? Let's be real. It was probably Cocaine Mitch, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh my God. Yeah. Harry Enton. I don't know. Is he a decent actor? The CNN stats guy.
Yeah.
We've talked about him before. Is he actually shocked or is he a good actor every time he brings up these stats with the Democrat Party?
Probably a good actor.
And this is actually something that bothers me a little bit. This is where my libertarian comes in. When it says Democrats, well, it's the numbers are way down in terms of proud to be an American.
Yeah.
Brian, are you proud to be an American?
Hell yeah. I
Why?
fly an American flag and the
Yes, but
state of
why?
Michigan flag outside of my house.
But why are you proud to be an American?
Because it's the best country in the world to
But
be
you
a
didn't.
citizen
You
in.
didn't. Yeah, but you didn't do that. To be an American, it just happened automatically.
Right.
I'm not proud to be an American. I am very thankful to be an American. I am proud of our nation, but I don't think it's okay for me to take credit for the United States. And
Okay.
the problem is these aren't the arguments people were making. And if I was ever asked this question, that's actually how it answers. Like, why would I be proud of something I had nothing to do with? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You understand the argument at least?
Yeah.
I'm very happy to have been privileged enough to have been born an American, to American children, American parents who actually came over on the Mayflower. My
But the
last
funny
name,
thing is that with the statistic is Republicans are hugely proud to be Americans, where Democrats are not. So where is the disconnect there?
they hate Trump. That's the thing. They were all excited to be an American when Biden was in office.
Okay.
They decide whether or not they like the United States based on who's in office. And I think that's fucking nuts.
I don't.
Like, well, no, this is how you end up with assholes who join the service, then go fucking nuts and don't understand. Like, oh yeah, I signed all this shit and I understand what it means. It's like, well, then you shouldn't have opened your goddamn mouth because you weren't supposed to do that either, right?
No. I mean, I knew what I was getting into when I signed the contract. And I went through several different administrations in my 20 years in the Navy. I I joined in 87. I mean, who president was then? Maybe Carter.
Jimmy Carter.
Maybe Ford. No, before that was after Ford.
Well, Carter was right before Bush, right?
Yeah, I think it was Carter, Bush.
Yeah, it must have been. It might be because Bush took office in '92.
It might be Bush. I don't know.
No, Bush might have been the '80s. Actually, it's been so long. We'd have to do the math, and I don't. I've had enough drinks that I don't want to count back by 4
I'm
by each
doing
term
my
of
Chat
president.
GPT thing.
Oh, there you go. Let's use the
I
interwebs
pay
to do
for it.
it
I
for
might
us.
as well use it.
Yeah. I mean, we could figure out how many terms have been served since then and do the math backwards. But yeah, the internet, you don't even need Chat GPT. You just ask
Ronald
Google.
Reagan was 87. There'll be Ronald Reagan, and then George H.W. Bush, and then Obama, and then George W. Bush. And that's when I got out, I believe.
Who Why did the Republicans love Reagan so much?
Because he was like he united the party and kind of brought conservatism to the Republican Party.
Now, I understand what was it? 9 most terrifying words of the English language are "we're from the government, we're here to help." But he was the one who put in the National Firearms Act in '85, I believe. He put into place no fault divorce, which means a woman could just say, I'm done being married to this man. I'm going to take half his shit and leave. I don't know. I think Reagan did a lot of things for the Republican Party that was undoable, unfixable. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the presidents when I was in the Navy were Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, Bill Clinton, and George W. Bush. So I had one Democrat president, and he wasn't what I would consider a modern Democrat because he actually was fairly conservative by today's standards, but
Clinton?
still, Clinton, yes.
Yeah, he actually had a plan in place to like balance the
Balance the
budget.
budget for the
I,
federal
the,
government. Most
yeah,
states have that rule in place, but not the federal government.
okay, so how is this? We all write our congressman saying we demand a balanced budget or you're voted out,
Uh,
and
okay.
then actually vote him out.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'm sick and tired of just an endless amount of money being spent. Because that's the thing. Here's the thing: is everyone okay? Taxes, Brian.
Yep.
Why do we tax people?
So we can pay for the federal government.
Bullshit. That's what we're told. The federal government literally makes money as they need it. That's what inflation is.
Okay.
That's why we tax people is to bring some of it back and keep inflation in check.
Uh-huh.
If we can literally just print money out, then why tax anyone? If we want to pay for roads, we can just print money. Why not do that instead of taxing people?
That would create inflation.
We're still doing it anyway. How many trillions of dollars were created under COVID? I think it was Obama. It might have been Biden. I think it was Obama. Passed something that made your savings account the same as your checking account. Made it liquid assets, whereas
Oh, okay.
which took away, which it literally tripled the amount of money in the pool of the United States overnight. Boom. And that's why you only get 0.3% interest on your savings account now instead of 3%. Because remember, you used to be able to put money in an account and let it sit there and grow money as long as you didn't take it out.
Yeah.
But you had access to it instantly if you needed it.
Right.
That's gone. I don't know. Have you noticed?
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
even bother keeping a savings account anymore?
Yeah, I have savings accounts.
Okay, so basically by that you have a separate account where you hide money versus trying to make money by sitting on it. Because even the interest, even if it was 3% interest, it wouldn't keep up with inflation. You literally lose money by holding it.
Yeah.
This is again, Brian. This is why I've got to the point where I don't have any quote money. And I say I don't have. I keep somewhere around 20 grand in an account in case shit happens. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.
But all of my worth is in investments
Oh, that's cool.
because that goes up, but the value of cash goes down.
I hope to get there at some point, but I got some shit to deal with.
You will, because you're going to learn the same lesson I did the same way. You really are. What's crazy thing is, I mentioned to you before, I think that I finally told my brother how much money I was worth.
Yeah, he still didn't dial.
Well, he was talking a bunch of shit about this and that, or whatever. I was like, brother, you know I'm worth $2.3 million. And he's like, oh, bullshit. And I was like, well, I don't know. Let's have a look at my portfolio. He's like, you have a portfolio? He's like, well, yeah, I have like 1,000 acres of land. I own a bunch of stocks. And recently he called me up asking to borrow money.
Oh,
And I was like, I'm not going to lend you money. And he's like, what? Is it because I'll never get it back? I was like, I
right.
know as a fact I'll never get it back. He's like, oh, what makes you say that? I was like, because you literally have told me more than once you're a socialist. You vote for Bernie Sanders. You think
Yeah,
you're entitled to what I
right.
did because he has traveled more than I did, and I spent 7 years in the Navy,
Right.
and he's been to as many countries as I have, maybe more.
Yeah.
He's been to the town my family came from in England before they got on the Mayflower.
Wow.
Actually, check this out. My last name is the name of the town that we came from
Huh.
because it was like Jacob of whatever was the name of the town, and it became his name. And after he cussed me out for like 10 minutes. He never asked me to, instead of borrow, have it.
Right.
Had he actually asked me for $10,000, I would have given it to him.
Uh-huh.
But he insisted he was going to pay me back. And I was like, no, you won't. I know you won't.
Right.
All he had to do is like, hey, man, I need 10 grand to whatever. But he wouldn't do it. And I was like, why don't you go talk to our father who took
He's
a
got
whole
money
bunch?
too.
Yeah, who took a whole bunch of my money when I bought his house,
Right.
And then he
Yeah.
moved onto your property. It's like, why don't
Right.
you ask him for some of this money?
Yeah, exactly.
And he told him the same thing. He's like, I'll never see it again. The father, though, honestly, I feel terrible saying this. I'm not sure I'm ever going to see my father again.
Hmm.
Uh, he's in his 70s. He's been smoking for 50 years. There's a good chance I don't see him again. Like my mother's already dead and she was younger.
Yeah, well, my dad died at 82. He never smoked a day of life and probably had like maybe 2 drinks his whole life. So,
82 though is an acceptable age, and so isn't 72, honestly, right?
yeah,
But then you add in this other stuff and it just
yeah,
and I feel terrible because I think my daughters rather may never see their grandfather again because he's all
yeah.
the way up in fucking Vermont. And why am
The
I
only
going to
way
go to
you're going to
Vermont?
see him is if you actually make a trip up there to hang out with him.
Yeah, I invited him down here for the 4th of July. And I got 2 RSVPs when I sent this out to everyone I know and everyone my wife knows. I got 2 RSVPs. You were one,
Yeah.
D-Rock was the other, and they were both, oh man, I'm sorry, I can't make it. Not a
And yeah,
single other person, hundreds of people. I was like, "Hmm." And this is
I
actually
would
something
love
that
to be there. I would,
I know, but this is
but
something the wife and I brought up was like, this is our way to say no next time people demand we come see them.
right.
They always want us to drive 800 miles to see them, but they won't come
Yeah.
see me. So I'm
I've
inviting
come
you
to
to do my.
see you.
You did. You did. You drove several hours out of your way just
Yeah.
because, like, I have the
Almost ran out
opportunity.
of gas.
Well,
That was my own
honestly,
stupidity.
yeah. Well, you had no idea it was going to be like 80 miles before there was a
It was
freaking
more
gas
than 80
station.
miles.
And I remember getting the text. It was like, I'm out of gas. What am I going to do? And I'm like, there's a gas station up in wherever. It's on the right side.
I was
He's like,
almost, if I ran out of gas, I was just going to go knocking on people's houses,
yeah. Do you have a
know?
gas can, man? I was like, I was not prepared.
It
I'm
was, I'm sure
sorry.
they've had it happen to them before on those houses on that stretch.
The problem is just knocking on a random door in the dark out here in the
No,
mountains.
it was daylight though. It
Okay,
was
I was like,
daylight
oh,
when
that's
I
right, that's
did
right.
it.
This was
Yeah, Sunday
it,
afternoon.
yeah, we skipped church that day because we drank
Yeah.
too much on Saturday. Then we went out for like a
Yeah.
late breakfast.
Yeah. And if I
You were
would have
ready to
been
go to.
smart, I would have got gas where we got breakfast, down in the town.
Well, had I thought of it, I would have said something, but I didn't realize you
Yeah.
didn't have a full tank when you turned left out of
No,
my
no.
driveway.
Well,
Uh,
I will never make that mistake again when I come to visit you. And
I
I
remember
plan
watching
on
you turn.
coming to visit again sometime,
Yes, I remember
so
watching you turn left out, and I was like, he has no idea how far it is before there's anything. I was like, this
but
like
that's the way the GPS took me, was
no,
to go
there's
that
nowhere
way.
else to go.
Yeah.
There's no turnoffs on the road.
I don't even have cell service on that road.
I know. The George Washington Forest between West Virginia and Virginia too. I
Yeah.
must have gone 3 hours without cell signal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I was like, if
Yep.
shit happens out here, we're just gonna die. You know?
Well, you had the satellite texting service, as an emergency, but that's it.
Yeah, that's like $4 a frigging message, right? Yeah, it's like no. That actually, that's funny. This is why I keep a thermal blanket, a flare gun,
Good
all
idea.
of this shit, emergency medical kit, everything basically except for an AED. I keep it in both of our vehicles. Well, because you might be 2 hours
Yeah.
from civilization, and if shit happens, you either die or you handle it now. Like I even have
Yep.
the blankets you wrap over yourself in a forest fire to let the fire
yeah.
burn over you.
Okay.
Because shit happens, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. You're in the middle of a forest, so
Yeah, I'm about to set off incredibly explosive fireworks
that'd be awesome. Make video.
when it's
Have Tina record it.
maybe. But while it's insanely hot and the forest fire
The
risk is
danger's way
high.
high. Oh, dang.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm not sure if we should do this. Then I read what it says. They explode like 300 feet up. And I was like, the average tree is like 100 feet around here anyway. Like, there's no way it's gonna fall 200 feet. It's still like this tree's on fire, especially if I fired straight up and not over. Thing is, if I fired it at an angle, it might have more of a chance of not causing a fire because
Yeah.
it's gonna land over the valley. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Uh, all right. Oh yeah, I don't give a shit about that. Transgender Democrat activist. Turns out this isn't just an activist. This person works for a transvestite congressman.
Okay.
I know. Transvestite, not transgender. Difference, right?
Yep.
For example, RuPaul is a transvestite, not a transgender. RuPaul's
Right.
still a dude, right?
Huh?
Just a gay man who likes to dress up and do the women thing. And you know
Making
what?
making a ton of money doing that.
Oh yeah, RuPaul's Drag Race is huge. And
Yep.
hey, Virginia was a big deal. You ever go to one of these drag shows?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
It's entertaining. Let's be
It
real. As an
was,
adult,
yeah.
it's entertaining.
Yeah.
But this is an adult who can tongue in cheek it and it was fun instead of teaching my kids, right?
Right. Exactly.
But anyway, this Dem activist, transgender, works for a transvestite that's in Congress, said that you should go out and kill your local Republican. Yeah. I wonder how Charlie Kirk got shot.
For that kind of thinking.
Yeah, Tyler Robinson wasn't he dating a trans furry or something? Or was he trans dating a furry? I don't remember.
I don't remember exactly. He was doing one of those.
I know his lover was a furry. Might have been trans too. By the way, furry, for anyone who doesn't know, is someone who likes to dress up and pretend like they're a fucking animal.
Right.
Usually not even a real animal, a cartoonish animal. So, yeah, these people were supposed to take seriously. And you know what we should, because apparently they'll fucking kill you
Yeah.
for not agreeing with their lifestyle, which is funny because this guy didn't agree with Charlie Kirk's lifestyle.
That's why he killed him.
Yeah, but I don't agree with their lifestyle. Does that make it okay for me to kill them?
No.
No. And that's the problem. This is the real issue I have. I hear every one of these Republicans anyway say if it comes down to a civil war, the Democrats are afraid of fucking guns. No, they're fucking not. They're shooting at Trump. They're killing. They shot. Who was the baseball game congressman?
Oh, the Republicans. It was the congressional baseball game.
Yeah.
Back in the day. That was in the 80s.
No, this was way more recent. He's still in office in a wheelchair.
Yeah, 80s, 90s. I was still in the Navy.
I could have sworn this was when Rand Paul was still in office. When Rand Paul got attacked by his neighbor while mowing his lawn.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
I could have sworn this congressional baseball game shooting was way more recent than the 80s.
No, it wasn't. I was in the Navy when it happened. I was in DC when it happened.
Was it more than once then? Because I could have sworn it was like the 2010s, 2020s. But yeah, I can list example after example, and then you ask the Democrats,
2017.
27. There we go. Not the 80s.
That was after I was in the Navy. I've been out 10 years. Damn, I got this all fucked up.
Yeah, this is very recent, wasn't it? Less than a decade ago.
Yeah.
We were doing the show when this happened.
Yeah, that means Steve Scalise. He's in a
Scalise,
wheelchair.
that's right. I wanted to say Scalise. I was like, no, he's a fucking.
He was the majority whip who was critically injured.
Yeah, he's in a wheelchair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you ask the Democrats, well, what in the Republicans are about? And they bring up J6. And then you show them the videos of them being literally escorted into the building by the police.
Yeah.
They're like, well, that didn't happen. I was like, well, here's the video. Here's the cop saying that he's like, I disagree with what you're doing, but I 100% support your right to do it. These people should serve more time in prison than the people actually picking up guns. So, okay, Republicans own more guns. They're more skilled with them. They refuse to shoot people.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think this is a good thing. Just like I bring up all the time, Republicans think guns are for hunting and self-defense because that's what they use them for. Democrats think our guns are for murder and destruction because that's what they use them for. And the thing is, I don't know if it's the quote Democrats that are picking up buying these guns or if it's these crazy socialists that call themselves Democrats because they're not Democrats, and you know that.
Yeah. No.
You have any idea who Paula Reed is?
Nope.
Neither do I. I guess she was some CNN reporter, left, went to MS Now because Paramount bought CNN.
And she's all worried about losing her job.
Oh, she's worried about being fired versus being told she's not allowed to lie.
Well,
That's what I
no,
assumed.
she's more worried about having the CBS person, the new CBS person in charge of news,
Weiss,
taking over.
Barry Weiss.
Yeah, taking over CNN. So she got the hell out of Dodge and went and
Joined the
probably
nut
making
jobs.
less money.
Dwayne Johnson's been called the coward by a whole bunch of the Hollywood
Yeah,
because he refuses to weigh in politically. And I said
I
this with
disagree with that.
what do you, for being a coward for it.
No, I mean he shouldn't have to weigh in politically if he doesn't want to, because Michael Jordan never did while he
Yep.
was selling his
Republicans
actual
watch
tennis
movies
shoes.
too, right?
Yeah, exactly. We've had
pretty
this
sure
conversation on the show many times, you know?
Yep. Usually referring to Jordan.
Yeah.
But then first, when you sent the link to me, I was like, Republicans watch movies too. And you're like, oh, yep.
Yeah.
Actually, I
Yeah,
believe
they
I got
do.
a
And
giant
that's
beer
when
mug for that one.
Supergirl came up.
And she said, fuck all of you. So,
Yep.
do these folks know that Trump won not just the Electoral College, but the majority vote?
I don't think they do.
Which means literally more people disagree with you than agree with you. So you literally told more than half the population, don't come see my movie.
Yeah.
Then she's upset they didn't come see her movie. It's like, do you want
That's
me
what
to
you
believe
told
you or
them to
not?
do.
Does no mean no or not? This is the question. Because I was told no means no. No matter what, boom, end of
Yeah.
it. Don't even ask the second question because then you're a sexual abuser, right?
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to take you at your word, but now it's like, no. And I've seen it on YouTube a lot. These women are like, why didn't, when I said no, why didn't he like try harder? It's like, because you would call him a fucking sexual pervert and you would have him arrested or blast him on Instagram.
Right.
You know what I mean? Why would he risk that?
Exactly.
He'll go find someone who doesn't want to pull this bullshit and play these games. I don't know if you know who Andrew Wilson is. He's a big deal now on YouTube. Funny thing is he's a linesman and not football, like electricity, like
Okay.
the high tension power lines on the big
Yeah.
towers. And he oh man, he goes on, he just rips people apart for their arguments. It's hilarious. But his now wife has brought up the story how she got upset with him when they were dating and she got angry and threw something at him. And he just got up and walked to the door and said, I'm not putting up with this bullshit. If you decide that you're not going to do this anymore, give me a call and we could try again. But I'm not going to have you throwing things at me and trying to hurt me. And she's like, he left. I was pissed for like 2 days. Then she sat down one day and said, oh shit, am I the girl who throws things?
Right.
You know? Quick bring up. I just want to say we talk a lot of trash. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. What's up? This is a different thing altogether. What's up with this? The attorney general in Louisiana being brought up on charges for basically saying, "Do your job, or you're gonna get fired."
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen, honestly, but it seems like she's like, "Hey, do your jobs, or I'm gonna fire you and replace you with someone else in her under her
Yeah.
purview."
New Orleans grand jury indicted Republican Louisiana Attorney General, blah, 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 on charges of intimidation and malfeasance.
So I felt bad when you said, "Do your job, or you're gonna lose it." Is the argument, and that's a criminal
She's
charge.
the first Louisiana's first female attorney general.
Oh, she should bring that up.
You know?
She should bring that in the courtroom and watch Louisiana say that doesn't matter. Like, okay, well then I don't give a shit about your first transgender in Congress. I don't give a shit about your first Gen Z Congress. I don't give a shit about your first woman congressman in Hawaii. Okay,
Yeah.
if it doesn't matter here. And I just want to bring up the the Republicans are pretty fucking stupid too. They just tend to do better in general. Shoot, this isn't
We
even
need
the
to
one
wrap this up soon.
I know. But anyway, there we go. GOP official charge and hit and run.
Yeah.
She was the New Mexico treasurer involved in a fatal car collision. She fled the scene.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she's fucked.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's not just the end of her career. That's prison time. She's done.
No.
I'm not sure it's the second reconciliation, but they want to do another big, beautiful bill.
Big beautiful bills do never work. They're never that beautiful.
Yeah, well, that's because no one can agree. That's why the government shuts down every year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything else that you want to talk about it? The Dan Sullivan. This is something that got me about the Republicans. Where is this? Alaska. Alaska
Oh
tried to
yeah,
stop
because there's two Dan
Yeah, go ahead.
Sullivans on the Republican ticket. The incumbent and a guy with the same name.
And they tried to tell him he couldn't run for office because he has the same name.
Yeah, and he was trying to split the ticket.
Okay, even if that's what you're trying to do, you can't tell me I can't run for office because I have the same name as the other guy. I mean, come on, right?
Yeah.
It just seems fucking crazy to me. Anything else that you want to talk about?
Nope.
All right. Oh, I tried to keep this one short. We just can't seem to do it because political season is ramping up for midterms, huh?
Yep.
Let's pinch this one off, bro.
All right.